What is that?
It's called Blood Oath. So essentially every year they make a different one and they'll never make it again. So like this is this year's, but it's this one was finished in Aneo tequila barrels. You get a little bit of that tequila flavor on the back end of it, but it's not very. It's only 98.6 proof.
Trying to be a little less.
I think the last couple times we were like in the 120s, weren't we?
Yeah. Well, I learned to pace myself too.
Yeah.
So
I haven't. Like every time I do a podcast with you guys, it's like I'm gonna only have 2, and the next thing you know, I'm like, you know what really fucking sucks? We're still rolling, right?
you know what really grinds my gears?
Yeah, it's good, man. I was Trey came in earlier. I was like, yeah, we're doing a Whisky Boys podcast. I'm like, man, when's the last time we did one? Was it this year? Because I know we did one after Sturgis last year, right?
Yeah, well, it would have been.
Was it after or before?
Well, remember, I think it was it was the election, and then that was we got fucked.
That's right.
And then it was like the week or two after the election. Then
that's right.
So it would have been like mid-November.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Was it? Because one got messed up, right?
That was that was like the couple days before the election.
That's right. Yeah.
That one got messed up, and then we came back a couple weeks later.
Just to be clear, you see me? We're bouncing on the audio on the right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Dude, that's like the worst feeling, man. I probably told you this, but like when I did the first podcast on my trip to California was Ramjet, and I never hit record on the camera. So I had the audio, but I never hit record. And it was just one of those things where it's like, God damn it, dude. So
Can you
so
put that
unprofessional.
out? Can you at least put that out on like Spotify and shit like that?
Yeah. I always have to pretty much get audio and video to go out, but it just sucks because like you're basically getting like the guy. Not that everybody's like, oh, I want to be on video, but if you're doing a podcast or something, it's like I want it to be the most opportunity for the guests, and I'm sure the guest wants the most opportunity for them.
Sure.
It's a good time to talk, but it's also on the business side. This is
a way for them to promote
it's business
what they got going on. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to sell them short.
Exactly. So we all ready for Sturgis or what?
Yes and no.
I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm excited. So I don't ever know year to year as I'm just a guest. So we talked about it before, and then I know Shane who hosts most of it. I mean, his aunt.
Yeah.
Or his sister-in-law. Sorry, not aunt. But and then I think he's got another buddy going.
That's cool.
So,
well, you have a good crew going between Corey, yourself, Shane. And this is what, the 4th year or 3rd year?
Oh man,
Third.
Because the first year was the rain year for you, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this would be 3rd, and then what? 85th.
Yeah.
So,
what's your predictions for this year?
I'm reading that it's going to be highly attended.
It felt low last year,
It was
right?
very low.
But didn't they say they had a record attendance last year?
That I don't remember, but it felt very low.
It felt low, but
Yeah.
when we were out riding, there was a lot of people that were out riding.
It felt like when you're on the rides. Yes, I agree 100%. It felt busy
But
out there.
Downtown was pretty. I don't want to call it dead, but
Yeah.
it was definitely not like overly slammed.
No, still a pain in the ass to get through, but
Yeah.
but I mean, no, it wasn't like the year before when it was raining.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but there was a lot of people, like when we went up through Needles, like every small town along the way was busy. Even that little mining town we went to, it's just a dead end road at the end.
Oh, yeah, I know where you're at. I know what you're
I
talking
can't
about.
remember the name of it. But that was busy. I mean, constantly busy. But, so,
Yeah, it being a milestone year, I think it'll be. I think there was some speculation that last year was a little lighter because of this year being
that makes sense.
a milestone year.
I'd heard that when we were there, and I was like, that's fair. That makes sense.
Yeah, what do you think is it just to say that I went to the 85th is like more of the reason why you want to hit those milestone years versus like, I guess it's what everybody wants out of it, right? Like, oh, I want to go for the experience and the ride, or I want to go for the opportunity to be seen. Maybe it's a brand type thing,
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's just some people can't go every year, or the ones that maybe their first time decide that they want to just go on where they have a T-shirt that says 85th rather than 84th. So you'll be there a whole week then?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your plan, like times that you're planning on being there?
So I have a work trip that I changed my flight to come home earlier.
Yeah.
So now I come home that Wednesday the 30th at like, I don't know, 5 o'clock. And unfortunately, I got a trailer because bike's just getting rebuilt. So I don't really want to risk riding up there. This is going to be my third engine in 4 years. So I'm not trying to ride it up there right now.
just in case,
So I'm going to trailer, unfortunately, but it's only because of that. So I'm going to get home that Wednesday night, go pick up a U-Haul trailer, and maybe even just take off that night and go as far as I can, and then probably get there somewhere around Thursday as well.
That's cool.
And then I'll probably leave to come home on that Monday.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
So just a long weekend.
Yeah. It's just the travel time is just such an ass whooping. It doesn't matter if you ride or if you trailer. It's just such an ass whooping.
Yeah. It does. What was it, 1,100 miles from here, basically?
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Roughly. Yeah, because I was looking at that the other day. And, fortunately, there'll be 4 of us this year, and we just literally, it's just gas stop to gas stop, and you just rotate out a driver. That guy pays for gas.
Well, see, and that's what's nice about doing it that way, because you're only driving a quarter of the way.
Right.
Where if I'm doing it the way I'm going to be doing it, I'm driving the whole way there and back.
Right. I mean,
that trailer you did the year I trailered back with you, I was like, God damn, this truck's getting shitty gas.
Well, that was a 4 bike trailer too.
Trailer, yeah.
I would definitely do an open, just at most 2 bike trailer this time, because the gas mileage sucks with those enclosed ones, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, depending on if everything goes smooth with me, then you might have a passenger princess on this. We can slide that. We can put the FXR in the back of the truck.
Yeah, we could slide that. I will say I'm not overly upset with the driving aspect because we are camping.
Mm-hmm.
So
bring more shit.
So I can bring I can make sure I have my full on, my big ass air mattress.
That's what I was going to ask, if you were camping again this year.
Yeah.
You guys at the Days Inn?
Yeah,
Yep.
dude. It's I got to redeem myself from last year.
Yeah, you do. Is Berta's coming up this year?
No, I told her to stay home. The thing is, it's like when last year.
It's been real, guys. Thanks for hanging out.
Essentially, yeah. So I hadn't seen her in 3 weeks. And then, so I'm horny. So I bought her a flight to fly to Sturgis, and then I, picked her up, brought her, and it was just muggy last year. It was like hot, like muggy. You know what I mean?
Jacob snoring right outside your tent too? The whole time?
So the first night we did sleep there at the campground, and Jacob got so drunk, and his snoring, like I wasn't drunk enough to like overpower the snoring. You know what I mean?
You couldn't sleep through it.
No. And then, of course, Britta wasn't either, so she was kind of being miserable and things like that with that. And I enjoy the camera. I love the campground. I love the place. I love the vibe there.
That bar is awesome.
That bar is like perfect. You know what I mean?
I'll bet they've done more to it this year. Mm-hmm. I think they like concreted half of it.
Yep.
I'll bet you they've done more of that or something along those lines.
So yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna put. So because Scott is coming up from Kubota Helmets, he's stopping here this Tuesday, and I'm going to put all my camping stuff in his.
Nice.
His whatever those things are, Sprinter vans.
Yep.
Because he's supposed to be there Thursday as well, and then I'll just get all my stuff out. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if I'm going to do an extended trip out of Sturgis, depending on how things go. So part of me wants to also have like a little mini tent that way in case I do decide to do like Yellowstone or some shit.
Yeah.
See how that goes.
This will be the last hoorah for my pickup though, because got a new SUV coming.
Oh, really?
What'd you get?
Yeah, I got the Lexus GX 550.
Oh man, I just I don't know.
It comes mid-August.
We so going over to Toyota, and so saw it early on before production. They had some pre-production models where they're doing all the accessories, the accessory companies they work with. And then I saw one yesterday coming back from the gym. He was pulling a boat, but already lifted.
Which model is it?
GX 550.
GX. Yeah, that and the new Land Cruiser are on the same platform, but the Lexus, the new GX is just.
Let's put this.
It's got that G-Wagon vibe.
Oh man,
kind of, yeah,
dude, it's so sick. It is incredible. Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah.
And still able to pull a trailer and everything with that thing?
9,000 pounds it can tow.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
yeah, they're really dope.
my money finally freed up. So I'm
Hide your kids, hide your wife, baby. Jake raping everybody.
Oh man.
Well, congratulations on that.
cheers. Seriously.
Yeah. Well, you deserve it.
I've had that truck for 10 years. I bought it brand new 10 years ago.
Yeah. That's time.
And it only has 120,000 miles on it.
Damn, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Dude, they're
Dude,
gonna
I put 120,000 miles on my Jeep and I've only had it for 4 years.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's those trips up to the Pacific Northwest.
yeah, they do bite me in the ass.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, man. Like, I still have a long time on that note. That was my first like legit car, like not like a used. Well, it was a used car, but like going through a dealership.
The Jeep
type-
was?
Yeah.
You bought that brand new.
No, it had like 30,000 miles on it,
I mean,
so
it's
pretty
probably-
new.
Well, if it lasts as long as Corey's Jeep,
Yeah, that's
in
the
good
plan.
shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hope would be 3 more years, and I'll be done with the payment. But I needed something newer because I would always buy cash vehicles. Like I'd buy an old Tahoe for $5,000. I'd get it about 100,000 miles out of it before it's like I'll buy another one for $5,000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but it was just always that headache of like one day you're like, it just doesn't work anymore.
Yep.
The AC stops working, the window doesn't work anymore. You're like, man, I'm in my 30s. I deserve to get something newer.
I worked too hard for this shit.
Yeah. But no, Sturgis is going to be a good time this year. I think. Tell us a little bit more about your art. You were invited artist to the Buffalo Chip.
So that's the Motorcycles as Art thing. So Michael Lichter started that show like over 20 years ago, and then the rain year, which was 23, was his first year. It wasn't his show anymore. Like he kind of stepped out of it. Right. He's still a part of it, like helping curate things like that, but it's not his show anymore. And basically what he would do is he would have invited builders, and then he would have invited artists. And so there would be builds of motorcycles in there that whether it was like, it used to be a theme and you would build a bike for it, but there was more money kind of flowing through the industry around that time. Yeah. Now it's hard to build a bike specifically for a show that's like that. You know what I mean? But basically, so there's a lot of photographers, painters, other artists in that kind of regard that are showing their work. And then, of course, there's like a slew of invited people that build bikes. Yeah. Like I think Billy Lane's having some of his bikes there for I don't know if it's a Lifetime Achievement Award or some shit like that, but some kind of like honorary type thing. Yeah. So, and it's like, it's free to get into. It's just kind of hard to find.
What day is it?
It starts, so Saturday is either Saturday or Sunday is the beginning of it. I think it's Sunday this year. It's usually Saturday is the beginning of it. That's a big industry party they host where it's like all the, invited builders or all the people there, invite only. And then after that, it's open to the public every day.
Got to go. My dream crush is also an invited artist. So I got to go and invite her to a Coldplay concert.
Hell yeah. That shit's pretty wild.
Oh, man. Dude.
You hear they're already talking like that. You're already seeing memes where it's like they're getting Coldplayed. Right. Like if that's why. I feel like I've seen that before though. It's happened for sure.
Oh, it's had to have, yeah.
Dude, it is the whitest crime.
What's wild is there was only one person that caught that video and posted it, and that took them down so hard.
It's insane.
Man, that phone call that night for both of them.
Yeah. I've been reading everything about it though. I'm like I'm invested in it. I love it.
I've been watching all the Shane Gillis stuff from the ESPYs.
Yeah.
Just the jokes and like how people or some things are taking it out of or not out of context, but they're trying to make it a bad thing.
What was actually, so I listened every morning to Chicago sports radio.
Yeah.
And they thankfully at least took the approach of, they were like, listen, these jokes were funny. It's just that these are athletes with super big egos that can't laugh at themselves. Mm-hmm. And so everyone was super like offended type of a thing, but they were, it's just because like that it was the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's Shane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was a tough crowd. What lets you know what the the type of crowd is when he did it was his buddy's wife. But
Oh, yeah.
That was the biggest FU to the whole
Right.
crowd, basically
Right.
saying like, yeah, you guys are, frauds.
I can't believe
Yeah.
y'all clapped for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was-
But I enjoyed it. I think he's doing it for. I don't think he was doing it for that crowd. I think he was doing it for
people watching. Yeah.
people watching. Yeah,
Yep.
So
Well, everybody likes a good roast. I mean, there's TV shows about roasting people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like,
Yeah, the Tom Brady roast.
why would you not like? Why can't you laugh at yourself? The funny thing about the dude having to keep his hands to himself or something like that, or there was a couple good ones in there that I'm like, oh, but
Like the Carl Anthony Towns one got me a
Hey,
little
girl.
bit. Yeah. I mean, most people didn't realize what that meant. Because he's very flamboyant on the court, and so
Yeah.
like there's a lot of people that think he's like actually gay, and could be, but at the end of the day, that's what that meant, and people didn't pick up on it.
the internet has no shortage of entertainment for us right now. Whether it's people getting caught cheating, our great white hope comedian
Right.
coming to the rescue to bring us back on the comedy scale. He's tipping the comedy scale in our favor.
He is. Well, him and you could say probably Rogan too, but they've actually, I think they're getting a little shit for it too, but being able to say like certain words too, and like almost normalize them again, like
retarded and everything.
like just being able to like live normal, and have normal conversations again.
well, just everything that goes on Hitchcliff's show.
Kill Tony.
Yeah, on Kill Tony.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
way out there sometimes.
It is way out there. Yeah. I don't know. For me, it's always been a source of entertainment. So it wins every time. Internet always wins every time.
Another thing that chaps my ass too, though, we're way off motorcycles, but either way, I didn't watch it, but did you guys see like how the WNBA players wore the shirts that said "Pay us what you owe us"?
Yeah, I heard
You lost $50 million last year. What are you owed?
Yeah. Yeah, that whole thing is crazy. And I think that ever since like Caitlin Clark came into the league, there's like so much attention on it now. Right. And there's like maybe it's true. I don't know. I haven't looked into it hard enough. Maybe you guys might know. But apparently this girl's brought a lot of money
for sure,
and attention to the league. But she seems to also be getting the most hate from everybody in the league.
Right. I actually looked up recently. So before last year, the league was, the revenue, not profit, revenue was like $100 to $200 million. So they were losing, tens of hundreds of millions of dollars a year.
Yeah.
That was funded essentially by the NBA.
Yeah, the NBA subsidizes it.
Yeah, correct. Last year, Caitlin Clark's first year, their revenue was just over $700 million. So it jumped dramatically, and they still lost $50 million.
Yeah.
And most of that was because they demanded chartered flights for the players. So that's why their costs increased. This year, they're anticipating their revenue to be $1 billion.
Wow.
So it's
because there's like some more like we have that chick in Dallas now that's supposed to be really good too.
Paige Beckers.
Yeah.
Yep. And she is good. But yeah, so it's, I'm sure it's not 100% Caitlin, but it's mostly Caitlin Clark.
Well, I wonder if this is knowing that this is only going to increase. I mean, I know they're not paid, but they're paid based on what the
industry
league makes, what it makes, right?
Yeah.
So NBA, their collective bargaining agreement, they get somewhere around 50%, give or take a percentage point of revenue. But you also, they have a huge profit.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That WNBA gets like just over 9%.
Yeah.
But it's, so their argument, it's there, but you have to make a profit.
So it's kind of like
to
yelling
demand.
like minimum wage should be $20 is what they're kind of saying. But like, how do we then we have to raise the price of everything. It's going to destroy the business.
It kind of already is. You
Yeah.
can't hire anybody for.
I was actually kind of thinking about it a little bit. I don't know if this is a direct analogy or something, but like it almost went back to, I don't know if we're so much in it today in motorcycles, but there was that time when you had a lot of the people that, had a decent following on Instagram, would post about a product and think they should get free products, but people didn't realize most of these motorcycle companies are not big companies and don't make a ton of profit every year. And so like giving away a free swing arm or a free set of risers like matters to that type of thing. But a lot of these people, like people on Instagram thought, oh, I deserve this because I've posted about them for 5 times. I kind of almost correlate that same thing.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the influencer economy, if that makes sense, is widely misunderstood because most of the people that are kind of in the boat of air quotes being an influencer, you know, they typically have a job. It's a side hustle. It's something to do on the side, and they don't really understand the way this works. It's like, so when I reach out to a company like I use the oil that I use is Bel-Ray, right?
Okay.
Bel-Ray has money.
Sure.
Are they? They don't have like, maybe they don't have Mobile One money, like, or you know, Castrol or something like that, but they have enough money to pay for advertising.
Right.
And that's where I think the biggest weird thing is the difference between advertising and influencers.
Yep.
Because when someone gives you a set of risers to post online and show the world that you're using, that's a form of advertising.
Correct.
But then we get lumped when you have a show like this where it's like, hey, look, if you want me to stop it right now and run your ad, that is a radio spot. That is a commercial on a show. Right? So to me, that's a different thing. And that's where I think the lines are really blurred right now, especially as we try to like work with new sponsors and things like that. I need to stop saying sponsors and I need to start saying work with new brands for advertising.
Yeah. And certainly don't think I was bringing that up towards you. You provide a product. I mean, the podcast is a product, but a lot of these people are just making a post and that's all they do.
Well, I feel like there's a little bit of influencer fatigue.
Exactly.
I mean, I think that ship is sailed. I mean, it just gets exhausting after a while.
Right.
It's like, and then you know, the vast majority of any participant that's on social media is probably bought. It's a bot. It's bought. You know, these likes are bought. These followers are bought.
And anytime
it's not very organic.
Anytime I see a influencer post that is promoting a product that I can tell they just got it for free, I generally you check out. I checked out, and I will not take that post seriously.
No.
You got to be like a little more methodical with how you present to the world what you do and what you use and how you use it.
Right.
And trust me, when I'm talking to some of these brands and what they want me to do, I'm like, look, I can force out a post right now, but it's not going to do well for you or me. Let it be organic. Let this. We just planted a seed in the garden. Let it grow organically.
Yeah.
And when the right time and the right opportunity comes, then we'll be able to promote this thing in the proper way.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm working with Metzler on these tires, right? I haven't ridden. I can't make a post say how great they are right now. Right? They have to work from here to Sturgis first.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, yo, shit's working. Yeah. Or I need to get home and make sure the shit's not cupped.
Yeah.
You know? So that's my thing is I need to do that first. I'll let people know that I'm using the tires. I'm not going to say they're the best tires yet.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just make sure they're always to the proper air pressure.
Yeah. So
I run Metzlers and I love them, but you do have to make sure they're always at the right air pressure.
Yeah, it's maintenance, right? Yeah. Basically. But you said it. That I couldn't agree more. Influencer fatigue. I'm a little over superhero movies right now, and influencers.
Don't get me started.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exhausting. I'll give Superman a slide, just because it's old school.
Did you go see it?
I saw it this weekend.
Was it good?
Man of Steel was good, dude.
Okay. Yeah.
Man of Steel was a fucking vibe. And me and my son debated this over lunch the other day because my son loves the new one.
So does my son.
And it's good for a comic book movie. But when Man of Steel came out, it was off the back of, the Dark Knight trilogy.
Right.
And also around the same time that the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, which was kind of more darker.
Yeah.
So it's like those undertones of like seriousness and like not just so happy-go-lucky movies.
Campy.
Yeah. Like Man of Steel was a really great the best origin story of a Superman movie I've ever seen. Like the old school ones I know, like I've seen those, but just modernize it.
Right.
It told a great story. Superman dealt with, it was just a good movie. Now the new one, you're kind of thrust into a world that already exists. He's already Superman. He's been Superman for a while. There's also a lot of other superheroes. I don't know. To me, it was just hard to kind of like, I guess I'm more old school Superman, or like Man of Steel Superman. Henry Cavill Superman.
Gotcha.
Yeah, personally.
Well, I haven't seen it yet. I'll wait till I can watch it at home.
I heard the new Jurassic Park sucked, though.
Yeah, I heard that too.
I mean, that's kind of movies in general.
Yeah.
You know, there's so few and far between where it's actually
Think about
like
that,
a
like-
really good movie. I mean, God, what we watched?
Be sick if some mob movies would come back, like some good ones.
Yeah.
But
Or even like the Tombstone, the Rounders, the Requiem for a Dream, or like those type of movies. Like
nobody's trying that kind of
They
stuff.
don't make them anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Fight Club, like none of that shit.
Actually, I mean, it's a kid-friendly movie, Electric State, and I barely ever remember seeing anything about it being in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like Chris Pratt and
I think that was a
Millie-
straight to. I think that was a
man
Netflix movie or some
that
shit.
movie gave me like early Steven Spielberg films.
For real?
Yeah, like Goonies, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I
didn't
thought
see it, yeah.
It was. I watched it 2 times. It was fun. It was a fun, and it's something you could watch with your young kids.
Okay.
And I liked the storyline. I thought the cinematography, the CGI, and it was all completely believable. I loved it, man. And I was talking to my brother about that. How good of a, just overall like good, friendly, family friendly
movie.
film. Yeah, feel good movie. Yeah, had a good story. But yeah, in general, like I think movies, they just pump them out so fast.
Well, it's based off investments, right? So, if you put The Rock in the movie or a Kevin Hart for a comedy, like everybody just they want to get the return on. Nobody wants to take a chance.
But those guys take $40 million just to get them signed on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So why I like the idea. I think it opens the door for a lot of other creativity. Like maybe that's why YouTube is also blown up the way it's become, because you can get maybe not the quality of a movie, but you get something a little bit more real, if that makes sense. But it's just comic book movies are kind of like, I think the next wave, and you're kind of seeing it with the TV shows, is the video game stuff. The video game world has established storylines and established fan bases, right?
For sure.
So when you create a movie off of it, Assassin's Creed, for instance, great fucking video game franchise, amazing storylines, multiple places and way they can kind of play it. They made a movie maybe 10 years ago that was kind of like, it was like a money grab, kind of like, let's just try it. Michael Fassbender, whoever the fuck was in it.
Yep.
But it was just like such a complex movie or thing. They tried to gloss over it an hour and a half, 2 hours, and it's just, you can't do it like that.
Yeah.
Like, even though the Last of Us TV show, the one that just came out, it's gotten a lot of like flack, understandably. It's part of the story of the game.
Right.
And this second game is kind of like a 3-season TV show that all 3 seasons need to come out for you to understand the way this all plays out. And it's actually really great at the end of the game.
Didn't they make a Halo movie too?
No, it was a TV show. So it was on.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
Did it suck?
Yeah.
Halo's been my thing since it came out, and then I was excited when the show came out. I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
They never do it. They never do it right.
No, like first episode, I didn't really care that he took the helmet off, because like that's like everybody's like, "Oh, Master Chief never does that in the games." I'm like, okay, cool, because your face is supposed to be under the armor.
Right.
For a TV show, that's a character that exists in that universe, so he's gonna have to have a face. That wasn't what really fucked it up for me. What fucked it up was like they changed everything about like the invasion, like the way the armies are built up, like the team he's on, like the side characters that don't exist in the game, but now they exist like in this show. It's like, what are we doing here? It's like,
Yeah. They made it.
they pretty much ruined it.
They could have made that. Granted, it would have been more of a movie, but if they would have made that like an Avatar style, like as far as like the quality of it,
Yeah.
So I think some of these video games need to take the approach the way like Marvel and them did with trying to create a storyline universe that you're going to be multiple things. You got to be a little bit kind of forward thinking in that. to where you're like, I'm gonna commit to 3 movies right now.
Yeah.
But maybe the first one, if we, you know what I mean, if you
Yeah.
stick to it, then maybe the first one doesn't get as much acclaim. But if you do the whole thing, then now you have the story completely told, right?
What would you say was the most successful game to movie?
Well, other than, I mean, Fallout as a TV show has
Fallout
been
is actually
killing it.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Resident Evil is pretty good too. Well, a couple of them.
Well, Resident Evil did well as in the theaters, right?
The Resident Evil movies, right? Not the show, right?
Correct.
The show fucking
Yeah,
sucked.
the movies. Yeah.
The early movies.
Yeah,
with
the early
Mila.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's those.
Jokovic.
But there's like a lot of really
Fallout was
good
good.
games. That,
Actually,
Fallout's sick.
Fallout that's coming this fall for the second season, isn't it?
Yeah.
yeah. They've already got 3rd season is confirmed.
Dude, right now, you want a successful show, put Walton Goggins in it.
Yeah.
He's killing it.
He is. Yeah.
He's
He came a
killing
long way from being a chicken Sons of Anarchy, huh?
That was one of my favorite roles. Dude, he's so
He's a good character, man.
He's
Baby
great.
Billy.
Oh,
Is
baby.
it Righteous Gemstones? Was he? in
Yeah,
one?
Big Baby Billy.
Get out of here, nerd.
Oh my God, that's the last season. Spoiler alert, dude. So much Baby Billy dong. He's got some of the best lines. Who wants to suck an old man's dick?
When his old lady farts and he goes, "Oh no, you got to go wash that."
Did you just poop?
Did you just pass wind, woman?
Just pass wind?
He
That's
was in Sons of
disgusting.
Anarchy?
Yeah, he was the chick that Tig was like in love with.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah, he was the
right.
tranny.
The tranny. Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Yeah, dude. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
He was in Justified. That was his
Justified.
first role. He was the.
He was in Wire too for a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been in a lot of stuff. I think like
He came
Melrose
up with the TV
Place.
show world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
for sure.
Yeah, he's really.
But he kills it in fucking
Fallout.
Fallout,
Oh
yeah.
man, yeah, his character's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good.
Well, that's like a good world to build a game off of. There's a bunch of, like I said, there's a bunch of good games out there that they could build stories on. Even if it's just a 1 movie story,
Yeah.
there's a bunch of content right there. And if you make a movie, then you have a customer base that's already kind of invested to go check it out.
Yeah. I will say I'm conflicted right now, but I am excited for Street Fighter to come out.
That and Mortal Kombat coming out too. Isn't there a new Mortal Kombat?
I don't know.
I think so.
I think so. I've been seeing a lot about it. I don't know. Think about it. If you had money to invest in a movie, I'd be like, I kind of want to find something.
The only thing that concerns me about Street Fighter is I think they are using too many big names, which I understand why that would sell more tickets, but at the same time, like Cody Rhodes as Guy or whatever his name is, and then Jason Momoa is going to be in it too, and I feel like that's a show that probably shouldn't be too many high name characters, but we'll see.
The first Mortal Kombat movie was fire, dude.
Yeah.
I think that one, the recent ones that came out, like they were better CGI and kind of elaborated on storylines. But that first Mortal Kombat was just like literally like these people came to an island to fight,
Right.
Right.
and Liu Kang won.
Yeah, right. Even a couple of the other Mortal Kombat movies were good. I don't remember the names of them off the top of my head. but-
Annihilation.
Yeah.
I just remember the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, when that fucking song starts playing,
Dude. Because you pumped up.
dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Dude, you
need to
watch
put-
out. You put that in a club, that's like white people.
It's like Sandstorm.
What's that?
It's like playing Nuck If You Buck.
Yeah, for white people.
Or Sweet Caroline or something.
Oh man.
But yeah, I don't know, man. It's kind of a weird state of I've been dealing with this. I don't know how I want to ask you guys about this. I catch myself now more than ever, like getting wrapped up in reels, and I didn't even try. Like
Yeah.
it starts out as like a story that turns into reels, or like I'm like, I never even fucking clicked into this part of the app. Like, how did this happen? And then I end up watching more and more and more, and then all this AI goddamn racism is fucking the best.
Oh, the gorillas.
The gorilla
The
stuff,
gorillas, the Bigfoots,
the Ultima.
the Ultima, yeah.
I'm like, man, it's fucking fire, but at the same time, like, I don't feel like I don't want to watch it. I don't care that it exists. I just hate the fact that I go to Instagram to see what you're doing or what he's doing or whatever, and now I'm stuck watching some gorilla with a GoPro on his head. You know what I'm saying?
At the car dealership or something.
Oh man.
The Hellcats.
I love. Well, to me, the beauty of it is what AI picks up on. Right. So these are all AI generated. So somebody just given this thing a command, and it produces this amazing high quality video and character, and it's literally just picked up everything that we've put out on the internet.
Stereotypes. Right.
Well, is it a stereotype?
I mean, a stereotype only exists when it's got some merit of
some truth to it. Yeah.
You know.
So,
I think that's your point. There's mostly truth behind it.
To me, it's just establishing a real equilibrium that, like, because there's nobody that watches that and is like, no, I don't know how you could.
You can't be mad at it because it's not real. Right. It's not a person doing it.
And it's literally AI was like, you can't be mad at me because this is just data that I've collected from you. So, and it's going through videos that have been posted, content that's been posted. It could be blogs. I mean, this is it's everything. It's everything that we have put on the internet over the last, almost 20 years.
Yeah.
So, I love it. There's a part of me that feels like there is it's really just a mirror that's being held in front of Western culture, America. Like, look, this is you, dummies. This is everything that you are. And if you're offended by it, then do something different that curates different information.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
It's a really good point.
So I like it. I think it's hilarious. I mean, I've watched so much of it, and I've had so much sent to me over I think it's hilarious. Oh my God.
Kind of, it is off topic, but still, it's been exposed through social media to me anyway. Is I think in the '80s we saw a lot of celebrities be highly interested in motorcycles, but over the last 12 to 18 months, I've seen a lot more what I would call celebrity involvement in motorcycles. Tyler Hubbard, the Florida Georgia Line guy with Forever Rad's bike.
Yeah.
That just came out. Obviously Rennie at Easy Rider Cycles made a few for
Luke Bryant band?
Zach Bryan.
Zach Bryan, yeah.
And then even obviously the Slipknot guy, but then you also see Josh Brolin and Brad Pitt being more vocal and stuff like that about it. I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I think it brings a lot of. I think that it brings the celebrity endorsement of it helps people, see that like motorcycles is not just for certain demographics of like fringe America or fringe people. But I think a lot of the fatigue of different things, whether it's the movies, whether it's the AI or government shit, like everything, the bike just gives you the escape to go have some real actual in-person kind of engagement and experiences and stuff like that. So, but then again, like going back to the whole influencer thing, when everybody's a YouTube star, everybody's we stayed in a house full of them.
Yeah.
That was an eye-opener. There's a lot of unauthenticity. How would you say that?
Are you saying
inauthentic?
Inauthentic.
Yeah. That I see in a lot of it where it's like this projection of like, I have to do this for my channel, but yet they're not actually living a life. They're just fabricating something that they think that people want to watch, as opposed to living a life and just exposing the way things are, the way or the randomness of what happens. Like we travel to California, we don't have to fake any of this. You just got to show it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a badass experience, and you have your own ups and downs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've always viewed it which I don't post or record a lot, but I've always viewed it as I'm just like documenting this for myself.
Yeah.
So I could always go back and relive it.
Yeah.
Like that's my aspect of ever posting anything, especially on a big motorcycle trip or big motorcycle event. I never want it to be like, oh, look at what I'm doing. Look at what is out. It's more of, hey, this is like my autobiography in a way.
Right, personal curation.
Yeah.
For me, it's nice to go back and have those memories, and they're stored in a place. And yeah, it's not for everyone else. It's for myself.
Yeah.
So some of it's accountability, some of it's just the experience. So it's nice when you go back and you have that memory that pops up on that day.
Oh yeah.
Because
cool.
there might be some times when you might be having a bad day, and it's nice to go back and you have that memory pop up and you're like, oh yeah, man, I was doing that. And it might inspire you to
perspective, right?
But maybe inspire you to either snap out of whatever funk you're in or get back on track with what you were doing. A host of things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of the best things that I've kind of I haven't figured out. This is just an obvious thing. It's just understanding that the ups and downs are like a part of everything in life, right? Mm-hmm. So the worst times exist, but also the best times, and that's like you can't really. Nothing lasts forever. This shit always goes up and down, and you just got to know that it's gonna pass, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As long as you work for it, you can't just like quit. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like what we did this podcast. Actually, he was hanging out with us at one. I don't think you were on the podcast, but we hung out with Xavier from Providence, and he was talking about trust the process. It's like, yeah, I've heard it before and I felt it, but it was just a perfect podcast to be in where he was talking about that. And it's like, yeah, man, it's like if I bust my ass and work, then right now things suck, but they're not going to suck forever, you know? And having social media to kind of like see back is like a great perspective generator, if you will, because then you can be like, you know what, I have experienced the highs, and you know those posts, like what was going on behind the scenes.
Right.
For sure.
Like, okay, this post was this, but when you scroll down on your Instagram feed and you look at your life, you're like, man, I remember where I was at behind that facade that I posted right there.
Yeah, what demons were I fighting or what highs were I on?
Yeah. So it's...
Or if you start to lose the idea that I haven't accomplished anything or that I haven't achieved anything, you can go back. You can, go back to 2016, 17, or later, and you can look at that memory and like, all right, I'm being a shithead.
Yeah.
I'm just, I'm in a much better spot. Things are way better. I would never want to go back to that particular spot. I'm doing everything now that I wanted to do. I would trade in a heartbeat. If I knew that this was going to be my future, I would definitely trade in a heartbeat. That person right then and there would kill to be where I am right now.
100%.
Or even a learning experience, like what would I have done differently?
Yeah.
I'm still happy where I'm at, but like what along that path, like how do I make those decisions better in the future? I think you can kind of reflect on that as well.
Yeah. I can't even imagine what that's like. When I look at that's always been for me it's just kind of been bizarro world when your whole life is just trying to chase and I guess if that's your business model, right? Like your business model is I'm trying to sell attention. Yeah. I just can't imagine like your focus is on this content. Should I have said this? Should I have done that? I need to film it from this perspective instead of, because you'll see it, especially in the motorcycle community. Sturgis is a perfect example, but just pick a rally, pick a ride, and there's some people more focused on where their cameras are placed, and they're going back down that road again so I can get the perfect angle, and it just seems exhausting. And to me, it defeats the whole process of what you're doing on those two wheels. Isn't this just about trying to be free?
Yeah. And
I'm not consuming that content. It's not for me. I like to watch people build stuff that are truly interested in it, and I'll watch some of my friends writing videos.
Here's my take on that stuff is because like there's an aspect where I totally have no problem with people wanting to record their rides, do whatever, but
sure.
But you need to factor that into your stops on if you're going to replace a battery, whatever that is. Like, do that up front because it chaps my ass so bad. Like when the group is like, okay, let's get ready to go, and someone's like, nope, I got to replace all my batteries. Replace all this shit. I'm like, man, you should have been doing that the last 20 minutes.
Hey, bro, nobody wants to see your 360 footage.
I don't mind watching my friends writing content. I really don't. Because I know they're recording it for them. I know they're not trying to build a channel. They're just recording themselves writing. And I'm okay with
if
that.
I'm connected to you, like I have you make something, like I generally want to consume it
Sure.
and enjoy it just to see.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm obligated to as a friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, if you make 100 fucking posts a day, that's different. Like, oh, dude, I can't deal with this, right? They got your order wrong at McDonald's. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But if you're like going to Sturgis and you take the time to make a little YouTube video or a little something, or just anything. I know how much time goes into those things. I'm going to take 5 minutes out of my life to go watch this thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
I shit for 20 minutes at a time. I can probably
Like a
consume.
man.
Yeah. It's downtime.
It's downtime.
It's a break. Yeah, I like the idea of like, instead of setting up the camera and then running away and then coming back, which I've definitely done a couple of those things in videos over the last year, trying to figure out the thing. I want to do Blair Witch shit. You know what I'm saying? My style is Blair Witch. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we're just running and gunning. You know, like
real POV.
yeah. It's like I don't. The hard part.
Camera and all.
The hard part about being actually in a situation is also, if you're living out the story, it's hard to always be able to get the best angle, the best audio, the best everything.
Yeah.
But it's honest. And so that's kind of what my approach has been the last couple of times, is like, look, yeah, this is a 6 setting. And if I would have set the camera up over there and did this, it would have been better. But then that would also be a little inauthentic.
Yeah.
Is that another word that I can't figure? I said it earlier, right?
Inauthentic.
Yeah.
Inauthentic, right?
Yeah.
I want to just capture the moment as it comes,
Yeah.
and not get so wrapped up in the cinematography of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't care what people do, just as long as, like, if the people are on a group ride.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to wait around for 10 or 15 minutes while
Never
you.
had that. I'd flip my shit.
Oh, dude, you haven't?
No.
Well, you didn't stay in the influencer house.
Yeah, dude,
No.
it was an experience, man.
Just stopping by. It
was all Dwayne's fault.
Oh man, that was both Dwayne.
Bro, it was funny. We're not gonna say any names, but literally, it was a house. Which, don't be wrong, I would not change any of that. That was a fun experience.
It was an experience, yeah.
Right? But it was a house where you were finding out what the other person was doing through Instagram. So everybody would be upstairs, like mingling, whatever, and there's a chick downstairs acting like she's working, but making posts like, "Oh, everybody's partying upstairs, but I'm stuck down here doing this, and this." And it's like, bitch, no, you're not. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
It was just like an eye opener thing of, and let's be real, like the biggest problem with the audience is that the audience is 50-plus-year-old white men on YouTube
Easily.
who
Yeah.
literally make up most of like the watching content that goes on to like a lot of these influencers or whatever.
Yep.
And creates an audience for them. And it's not like an audience of like most of them are not watching said subject make something because they're ever going to buy it. It's just that like they, you know, that's their niche. This is my thing, you know. I like this girl.
Right.
Oh man, that's it's like 51 Shades of OnlyFans.
Yeah, dude. I mean, think about it.
It's so. I mean, to me,
That's the next step.
it's yeah. I mean, that's the next jump. It's like I don't know. It was weird when we stopped by there. It was wild because we came by and it was the aftermath.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody was kind of recovering and then trying to figure out, like, are we doing anything? Because it was raining. And then, so it was just literally, it just seemed like bedlam.
What was the most? So this house full of influencers and the internet didn't work either. It was like the shittiest internet we had.
That's hilarious. Yeah, we get over there and it just looked like there had been a rager the night before. Everybody looked like they were still recovering. Of course, Trey's in there doing laundry. And Jessica's watching some soap opera or something. It was weird.
Yeah.
And we were just sitting at the at the dining room table, and you're already just like, I'm over it. I'm over it. I need a ride to.
I'm glad he gave me a room upstairs away from everything because I didn't want to be. I get drunk and talk shit, and around a lot of women that are maybe taking themselves too seriously, and maybe like I need to work on my tone of like, this is my joking voice, and versus like just trying to like poke fun or whatever the case may be about a situation. You know what I mean? I think I had a couple deep conversations that probably shouldn't have happened with a couple chicks there. And, I mean, fortunately, I wasn't inappropriate or anything like that. I was just like saying exactly what I'm saying on the podcast. Like, what is your thing about? Like, what do you do?
Yeah. It's your mission statement.
Oh, I skip to bikes. I was like, that's it? You got to update your followers on that?
Oh, man.
I don't know. To me, it's just, it's crazy that like a lot of people, I mean, I kind of feel bad for someone that chases that kind of fame, you know? It's different. In my opinion, I think maybe it's different. Maybe I'm just out of line with this, but if you do something, maybe you spent your whole life like Billy Lane and then you decide to pick up a camera and start showcasing the world that you live in. That's interesting. That's into the life of somebody that makes cool shit, that has a long pedigree of experience in the motorcycle world. Or some chick that travels her ass off,
right,
and has, you know, like her Stacy Will with Ride to Food, right? Like she's showing, like she's providing a value to watch her shit. It's not just like, hey guys, check out my new pegs. You know, it's like she's making real content, real shit, right? So
I haven't seen her stuff in forever.
I mean, because I've watched a few of them, it comes up on my YouTube feed and stuff like that, but. The concept of like everything to me gets fucked because of algorithms, right? If you want to stay relevant on YouTube, you have to put out a video a week, right? So that the algorithm will pick your stuff up and put it out there initially. Then you need to do your thumbnail and all this other stuff, which feels very inauthentic. If you're trying to be artistic and you want to show the world your work, it's like if a band had to name their song based the way that we have to name our stuff for YouTube, then you know some of the best songs in the world would probably be these long statements.
Yeah, because
instead of
it had to be a very clickbait title. I will tell you the thumbnail. Gosh, please, influencers, YouTube people, like I'm so over the. You know, like within the words, like I
outlined.
Wish, yeah,
it's like, come on, dude. Mr.
Words.
Beast did it right. It's a vibe.
Be better.
I like the idea of just like why not have like the ability to like. What I'm getting at is algorithms are making, it's flattening everything out. It's smoothing it's like a smooth concrete surface. Everything's the same. Everything's predictable. Everything is like in that world. And the concept of being artistic, creating art, is to like push back at whatever normal is.
Yeah. And
people won't even see that. They don't even get an option to see the shit because it's not. You know, algorithm doesn't pick up on nuance in art. Yeah. You know what I mean? They pick up on, okay, well, this is statistically numbers. This many people click these type of videos, so you got to make this type of shit. You got to put this in the headline.
Right.
You know, what if like Deftones' Digital Bath had to be called very slow song, depressing but kind of uplifting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All Radiohead songs could probably be the same way.
So it's like you gotta. To me, it's like the name of something. There's art in the way you name it, but if you have to do it for an algorithm, then you're playing into that whole concept of like trying to be. What it is there's so much content and there's so many people doing it that it's just like you're reduced down to this. That's why I feel like finding a way to take yourself out of the cesspool of like Instagram and YouTube and making your own thing over here, whether it's a website or something. Seems to be more like I'd rather do that, but it's hard to figure out how to make it so intuitive with an app.
Yeah,
you have to physically go onto your Safari and go to my website to watch all this stuff. Like that's not a convenience thing. Yeah. So it's like, well, how do you get? It's almost like TV shows now could be like if you took a YouTube perspective but put it on regular TV, it would kind of be a good thing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean that's the vast majority of media. If I consume anything free range, most of it's YouTube.
Yeah.
And I've curated what content I want to watch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, most of it's motorcycle or automotive related, and a lot of it's builder content. And
dude, you know what I've been watching a lot of that I actually really like is that he used to be a part of Donut, but now he's with that Speed. It's Chris Pumphrys. We were talking about him. James Pumphrys. Yeah, fucking the dude's got fucking charisma with like just on YouTube. Like I enjoy their channel, and it's not my world.
Yeah.
So like I enjoy like the unexpected. Like what is this about? You know what I mean? I'm not really into the cars that they ride, or anything like that, or drive or build or whatever. But I'm interested in the way they do things.
Well, here's what's wild with where this industry has become, because I'm gonna butcher this a little bit, but there was like a post that I saw recently where it said like some actress, I don't remember who, did some movie and made like $1 million for doing that one movie, but then they're like, Mr. Beast spends $1 million to make one YouTube video a month.
Yeah,
and it's like,
or the OnlyFans chicks that make $50 million a year or a month.
Right.
And then most actors and actresses don't make $50 million for a movie.
Right.
I mean, they'll get residuals. I mean, the OnlyFans chick's not going to get residuals for the next 20 years.
Well, even the residuals thing's not even as much of a guarantee anymore because of the streaming.
That's true. Yeah.
It used to be big because you had the DVD sales on the back end, and that's not there anymore. I'm sure they've got some contract stuff that they've fixed for that, but I do know that there was a change in that with the movie star side of things. So
that sucks.
I don't know how much longer is that gonna. I mean, they've got to really be concerned for their jobs with AI. I mean, just with the
actors.
Yeah. Dude, there's gonna be a 5-year-old. I heard this on Rogan. I think Rogan said it. There's gonna be a 5-year-old kid one day that wins an Academy Award or an Oscar for Best Film because he just told AI to make this movie, and it generated in 5 minutes.
It's probably true.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing that bugs me with a lot of the movies in general. Like, if it's saturated with CGI, I'm out.
Mm-hmm. Well, don't you think that the pendulum swinging the other direction, will more people would want to consume or just to live a more analog life?
I think, yeah. What did I just see the other day? I was watching this news story on grandma's hobbies making a comeback. So like needlepoint, crochet, those things, quilt making, patchwork, those things are making a comeback. Yeah. I mean, look, that's why choppers. Look at the chopper scene right now.
Yeah.
You know, the pendulum does swing. I mean, it's not like it's obviously the choppers are different, right? Like it's not the big wheel, the big back tire chopper, but choppers in general. They stayed at the root of a lot of this, but you're starting to see this resurgence where people are starting to. We're starting to see a lot more chopper builds, and things are heading that direction.
Yeah, people are chopping newer bikes, which is kind of the first time in a long time people have been doing that.
Yeah.
You know.
So there's always this nostalgia, right? Like you're always going to have generations that kind of go back, and I think there's a lot more people that want to go back to an analog life. I don't think movies are going anywhere, but they're going to have to be really unique and special.
What's the state of the performance world today?
I was going to ask you that. You're the only one with a fucking high performance motorcycle right here.
So,
what are gauges like?
I won't throw it out there, but I will say that there's a very prominent page out there that really pissed me off recently by supposed to be a performance page and then posted one with like air ride and stuff like that. And I was like, fucking come on, dude.
Yeah.
Like, where are we going with this at this point? And then another post with a fat tire.
Show me the money, baby.
Right. And you'll never have the big engines, suspension stuff's never going to go away. No. But I will say it's gotten overly saturated, and it's borderline not cool anymore.
Could the argument be made that what we're watching the death of is not the bike, but the scene and culture around it?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Like the bike is the performance motorcycles is continually evolving and getting even more gnarly than it ever was. But what I loved about it was also the people that I met through it, and not that those people don't exist anymore, but everybody's like interest has kind of gone different directions.
Yep.
And that core feeling of being a part of that niche scene is now gone. Now this is a mainstream thing, and it's
That's a
hard to
better way to put it.
connect
Yeah.
with people the way we did before. I mean, literally, there's a not a famous, but there's a photo that all the guys that are, dare we say, OGs in the performance bagger thing. There's a picture of us all at the Starbucks in 2019. First time I met Forever. I had Kyle, a lot of people in the performance scene at the time, and there's just like all of us. There was a shot that I actually took of all the Olins hanging off the back of the bike. The Olins ran for their ads for quite a few years, and that was a special time. Steve Chamberlain, myself, Forever Rad, Daniel, Proper Baggers, a lot of people at the time, and it was just, we were kind of like the only guys in Sturgis running T-bars. There was other people, but
Sure.
it wasn't like it is now where almost every bike you see is this way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there was a small community that got real big and prominent, and then the whole scene got real big and insane, and now it's kind of like, that to me is what has died. The connectivity of the scene in between it, if that makes any sense.
It does, and it's really hard to put a true explanation behind it, because you always want your like the scene to grow from that standpoint.
100%, yeah.
But like, then to your point, like it just has branched off in so many different directions that now it's just I don't know the correct term for it, but you're just like, this isn't where I was hoping it was going to go. It's more of a testament to just, and like Corey said in the FXR tour documentary, the good times are right now.
Yeah.
If you just consider like right now is the best time, and say yes to the opportunity to go hang out with the homies or run to Sturgis or go to Born Free, because this shit is not guaranteed all the time. Like, scenes change, groups, identities, direction, priorities change. And it's not like, hey, fuck you now because you're not hanging out with us. Like, no, dude, we got lucky and we all came together on this same road, and we got to travel on this same road for a handful of years. And some of us had to take exits, or some of us went left and right and north and south. And like, that's just part of life, right?
That is life.
So in my opinion, it's like, when you have an opportunity, fucking take them, live them, enjoy them.
Right.
Shit's not going to last forever.
No. and
Not being nihilist, just being,
Well, no, it's true.
yeah.
It's true. I mean, it would you want it to? You wouldn't have the appreciation for it if you look at it from that perspective, that this isn't going to last forever. If you know that, right? If you've been around this long enough, you know it doesn't. You for sure have, right?
Yeah.
So, all the different trends and how they come and go, and whether you're
The
involved
people
in
within
the
them.
people that within them,
Yeah.
that changes all the time. So you have to really appreciate those moments when you get them with those people, especially if you enjoy those people, because they may not always be there. You may not always be there. Now I take a lot of appreciation in that, and I love the people that have come and gone that I've met along the way, whether they still continue to be in that scene or
Or you
whether
see
I
them
am.
randomly
Right.
here and there.
Yeah.
It was still, I still had a great time in that moment with whatever I was doing.
I mean, Polar Ride this year was a good example of that.
Yeah.
A lot of different things people that have been together off and on for years now, coming together and raging. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
And that was a good time. That was fun. That was fun. It was fun to see so many different people.
Yeah.
But I don't think I think the extravagance that we saw with but it's just like any scene. The big tire chopper, how gross that got. The culture vultures that swooped in on that.
Yeah.
That were just there to build big budget bikes to capture prizes and have bragging rights, and so you see all the egos that get sucked into it. That you see the bubble burst on that, and then just like the big wheel bagger thing and the bubble bursts on that. I mean, those bikes and those scenes still exist, I'm sure, in some degree.
Little pockets,
in little pockets. But I think we've seen the same thing on the performance side. I think the bubble has just kind of bursted, and I don't think those bikes are going anywhere. I saw a young guy the other day on a street bob, just going down the road by the house, and T-barred up, young guy, couldn't have been, in his early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes me smile that there's a younger generation that this is brought in because they see those bikes, they see these stunt riders, they see this style of setup, and it converts a lot of people from,
get back
sport
whips,
bikes.
get back whips and matching colors.
Well, look,
for their best.
that's always going to be there. That club shit is always going to be there. I was talking to my daughter about a family member of hers. She was talking about his club, and I was like, I've never seen white cuts, so I've never heard of this. I've never heard of this club.
The sapphires.
I can't even remember the name. It's a Christian, supposedly some type of Christian biker club. But anyway, I was just the white cuts. I was like, man, I don't know that I've ever seen white cuts, but cuts in general.
Those get so dirty so fast, I would think too.
I don't know. To each their own, but. Just that's for sure not going anywhere. I mean, that's forever most people's image of when you say Harley Davidson. I mean, that's what they're thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, that's anybody that in where I work. I'm referred to as the biker. Oh, that's the biker professor. Yeah. And I'm like, God damn, man. And I
With
look
the MAGA hat.
Definitely fits in well.
You're fitting all the stereotypes, dude.
Biker, MAGA hat, tattoos.
Yeah. I just need a cut.
Yeah.
I just need a cut. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of like a pop culture's way of like exposing motorcycle culture through all the films over the late 60s and 70s and 80s, and it's always around the club because that's where the drama lies. You know what I mean? That's where the interest lies in the fringe culture, outlaw culture, things like that. But so that's why I think most people that never rode or never have any kind of access to motorcycling, they look at it that way.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way think of one motorcycle related movie, TV show that didn't have a club aspect alongside of it.
That's the only way you get a good story.
For 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, in like a mass audience way, yes. But if you, and once again, I've said this before, but if you take, Wild Hog's concept and you play a serious tone to it, there's ways you can tell a great, uplifting Walter Mitty like kind of story to using a motorcycle to help find, a lot of like things, enjoyment in life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I think most of us use it and we use it like if you take our world and our connection, if you take the TV show Cheers, a little bit of Secret Life of Walter Mitty, a little bit of Forrest Gump, there's a lot of those other TV show elements that could fit into our world that kind of like would story arc some of the people that are around,
That'd be more realistic.
That's a fair point when you think about Wild Hogs. That's probably the only story that I've seen that's been non-club that has...
They fought against the club.
They fought against the club, but then it still brought the audience, the mass audience, as granted they had big names and comedy behind it. But I think we've had this conversation before. When you look at the really, I would say, good movies still. I mean, the 21 Days Under the Sky, even The Bike Riders. Those were good movies, but they're only good if you're already in the culture.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're outside the culture, that's not going to resonate.
Yeah. If you're one of the, my wife won't let me have one.
Right.
That's my favorite line at the gas station. I love that, dude.
But Wild Hogs...
Get out of here, nerd. Worthless chime-ins.
But Wild Hogs did a good job of captivating that the riding aspect in a masses.
Well, the concept of just like, you know what, man, I just need to get away for a while.
Yeah.
And, some people can jump on an airplane and go to Vegas,
Yeah.
Do hookers and blow the whole time. Or you can ride there and do hookers and blow the whole
I was
time.
going to say, yeah.
Like
you can still do all that on a motorcycle.
But I think that, in like taking it back to the performance motorcycle thing, I think that we're in this point now where a lot of the guys that have built a couple of bikes to some level, right? Yeah. Some of the bikes that were performance built bikes in 2019 compared to what they're doing now, not even in the same ballpark. Mm-mm. But I think that for the new people into the scene, you got to understand is that what some of us were doing with these bikes, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, we were doing it with the products that we had. There wasn't a speed dealer swing arm or subframe. There was a couple people that made chain drives, and there was a couple things from Dynas that you can try, like transfer over. A couple people made pullback plates to put T-bars on your bagger. Mm-hmm. That was kind of it. The rest of it, you were trying to take parts from these other things and make them work.
Yeah.
Now you don't have to deal with that. Like there's so many options of like really great products, really great parts that you can throw on your bike, but that's where that also gets watered down because now everybody has it.
Yeah.
And so the people like us that were doing it a while ago get uninterested in the new modern way that everything's doing it, even though it's the best fucking time and you're getting the best fucking products and the best bikes that come out of it. I'm more like, I want to try something new now.
Well, what's the next challenge?
What's the next challenge?
Yeah.
And I think you've seen it with like, Corey's a great example. Main Drive's a good example of like him pushing outside of like what he's comfortable with into a world that he's interested in. From going from choppers to he meticulously restored an 84 FXRT. Then he revolutionizes some of the aspects of the M8 FXR. Now he's, I don't mean to put it out there, but he's open-minded to doing like modern softail choppers, which you saw some of it take place this year on the Harley stuff with Hawk Lachey and those guys at Vintage Technologies, and then Power Plant, and a little bit of Blockhead did. They hardtailed that thing. I feel like right now people want to. If you make things, if you're a tastemaker, the only way you can grow is to do something that there's no catalog for.
Right.
And so if you take modern softails and you start doing all this wild shit, like you're making everything.
Right.
Which is showcasing your skills and vision. And I think that's why you also see Thrashin' and Cruzy building those right now. And so to me, like that's where it's going. It's like it's not that these are better bikes than the performance baggers. It's just that people want to try something new, and
they want a challenge. A lot of people are looking for a challenging build and something that's different.
Challenge to build, challenge to ride,
and we're probably teetering on that precipice of what's readily available.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a ton of the old school shit. I mean, that's at a decent price anymore.
Okay, so let's determine value right now, right? What is valuable? What is less of? So if you take
a softail.
Well, I mean, think about it. Like, let's think in terms of just in general things, right? When I was a kid, everybody said, "Hey, you need to save those comic books. They're gonna be worth a lot of money."
Oh, yeah.
Well, if I would have saved the ones from the '50s when I only made 500 of them, they're worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
But when they made 50,000 of these things, they're not worth anything.
Correct.
Right. So you take shovel heads, like knuckleheads, right? There's not a lot out there, and every once in a while you get lucky, and there'll be one next door for you for 20 years you didn't even know about, and they sell it to you for $3,000, and you could literally take the motor out and sell it for $30,000. Exactly. Yeah. So the least, whatever is not is readily out there is the most valuable things in motorcycling in general.
Right.
So if you think about when I was lucky, I got to sell a performance bagger for over $40,000, right? But who the fuck's doing that now?
Nobody.
It's going to be tough.
You know what I mean? I mean, maybe the Covingtons could still do one, like a Winton bike or something like that, but. So you got to think, okay, well now everybody's building performance bikes. Every Road Glide that's on Dream Machine's website right now has fucking Baja headlights, a Kraus T-bar setup, and a 2-into-1 of some sort. So it's the normal, right? Therefore, well, I could buy yours for $40,000, or I can buy this one that has everything except for that one thing you got for $26,000, and it lowers the value of all these things, right?
Yeah.
But whatever is not is readily available and common is the most valuable thing in things. Car world, motorcycle world, the whole.
Yeah.
I mean, there has to be a want for it, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody wants a fucking jet ski Harley Davidson or whatever the AMF was doing back then. It's some people want to collect that shit, but it's not a value to you or I. Right. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's kind of where I think things go to. Like, whatever's harder to obtain is what really shows your money. for the people that want to show your money.
Yeah.
It shows your connection to a culture and a lot of those things. And I mean, look, we don't have to agree to this, but we all have our own value system, what we have put on the table for what we're a part of, like why we want to be here, why we want to try hard. We all say, it's because I love it. Yeah, I love it too, but I also want to be kind of a guy here. I want to be on this table. I want to get to sit at this table. Right. And sometimes by doing that, you have to kind of, there's a part of the want or a part of the means to an end that is a little not disingenuous, but like it's frowned upon. Yeah. You know, I don't want to be famous, but in order to get to be at these tables, I have to carry a level of notoriety. Yeah. So I have to do things to put me in that position to have it, which feels very, maybe advantageous is the word for that. I don't know. It just feels very, I don't want to have to do that to do this. Right. But we don't live in a world where someone's out there looking for people that paint and build bikes. Yeah. You have to show the world what you're doing. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's true. That's my TED Talk. Sorry.
No, I think, and it's not so much on the. I mean, I'm sure there's a motorcycle twist to this, but like, do you think that there is an aspect of? So like, we'll use vintage cars for an example. I don't know if it's 30, 40 years down the road. Do you think we'll get to the point where, because of all of the Gen Z people who don't think muscle cars are cool, they think the electric Teslas or whatever are like the cool things. Will we see a devaluation of the 68 Camaros, because those...
I think you see it double down.
Well, I guess what I'm getting at is a lot of the people that think the old muscle cars are cool have died off.
I mean, I would love to have one, but at $100,000...
I'm actually building a 68
I know you're building one
right now. Yeah. So, but at the end of the day, like, it's one of those things where... Is there at some point, and actually you can go back to the tractors right now, like, so the old Model Bs, Model As, like those things, you can get a restored one for like $4,000 or $5,000, at less than $10,000, which 20 years ago those things were going for 50.
I don't know.
And maybe 50 is a little high, but still.
Well, I remember when the C10 blew up, because I had a couple early 60 C10s that I never had it on the road, but I was building one. Yeah. And that you could buy bodies like that for fucking $1,500.
Yeah, those are $1,500, $2,500 trucks all day long, and the bam out of nowhere.
But I think that. Oh, go ahead.
I remember you could pick those trucks up for next to nothing. Runners, drivers.
Yeah.
And then just out of nowhere, the value just continues to go up. But they also become harder and harder. There was a lot more of them, especially here. We're in truck country. Yeah. So when you and I were younger, those trucks were everywhere.
Yeah.
And then to think what square bodies go for.
Yeah, dude.
Silver.
The fucking 90s trucks right now, those are fucking insane.
Yeah, OBS, NBS, NNBS, watching what those go for is nuts. It's insane. But there's just not a lot of those left.
Which makes it more valuable. And also, like, there's the aspect of when you have that, like, don't get me wrong, when you have a badass lifted or whatever you decide to do truck, a Raptor, this dude's truck, like, sick, goes down the road. It has all the bells and whistles of 2025, right? But, man, I'll tell you what, I fucking love driving my van. Yeah. That fucking bottoms out and all that shit.
The bell curve is almost the same, though, because you look at those OBSs. I mean, those are generally in the 80s, maybe a little bit of the 90s trucks. And we're seeing that, those were obviously popular because they're brand new, and then they came down hard, and then now they're coming back up. Yeah. You look at the old muscle cars, the 60s and 70s muscle cars that did this exact same thing. I mean, the 80s and 90s, they were worth nothing.
Yeah.
And then they skyrocketed up in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Well, when you saw a lot of aftermarket support, I mean, you look at the aftermarket support on, every time I go to Grubbs, I'm looking at, Roadster Shop is building full chassis he's got 2 Camaros there right now that are full chassis. So they pitch the subframe, and it's a full Roadster Shop chassis with Hotchkiss. Everything's bolt on. Chassis already powder coated. body bolts right up to it, so you get a full frame, all completely
Modern shit.
all modern, independent rear suspension if you want it, independent front. So the aftermarket support for a lot of these, and you can buy a brand new '69 body if you want. So a lot of these cars, they're reproducing shells, and I think that's going to be around for a while. I think it'll be the end of the Gen X, maybe some millennials, because their dad had one.
Yeah, I think. Well, that's why I said Gen Z, because I think they're after the generation after millennial. I think would be the ones that would lose the most interest, and we're still talking 20 years, 30 years down the road.
Yeah. But so, the value for sure is not. I mean, people are spending money like hand over fist on builds currently. You go to most shops, Collin County Customs, Grubbs, Legends. I can think of a handful of Saxey Rod Shop. They're all.
I guess if we tried to put it in today's perspective, like what would you pay for an old Model A?
About what they're going for,
but not much more, right?
No.
Like it's to that point of, 20 or 30 years ago, a Model A was going for quite a bit of money because a lot of those guys thought they were super collect, and they still are.
They still are, but I think the ceilings. I think they've hit the glass ceiling.
Does some of the older stuff become like an investment the same way you would invest in stocks, like where it has its rise of popularity and things like that? But does it not defend the value of it? If it takes this much to build it, that doesn't. What it's worth is completely separate from what it costs to build.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's us building motorcycles. We built this because we want it.
Yeah. Right.
Well, at the end of the day, I have a $100,000 bike that's worth $25,000, $30,000, whatever the case, right?
Yeah.
So if you're doing these things just to sell it to make money, then there's those waves of culture that's they're not aligned. They're on two different wave scales, and every once in a while they meet, and you get a good Goldilocks zone for a little while, right?
Yeah.
So if you're building old school cars, it has to have some kind of sentiment to yourself because the investment's going to be there no matter what. I think if something happened and I had a lot of money and you built a fucking sick resto mod 69 Camaro with all the bells and whistles, and you're like, man, I need to get $200,000 for this car, and $200,000 ain't shit to me, and I can give you that and then drive it tomorrow, then that's a value to me. But there's a lot of value in the process that people get to have and be a part of these cars being built over the course of years or a year, however much money they have dictates how long it takes to happen, right?
I think what really holds value, regardless of what it is the originality and the rarity. And that's motorcycles, cars.
Yeah.
If you resto mod a 69, well, that value just depends on the next buyer.
Yeah.
Well, at the end of the day, numbers matching all originals always going to.
Right. You've got a Yenko.
Yeah.
It's number 72, produced it this year. These options. Yeah. Those.
So are we going to be able to regardless of what this podcast is or becomes in the next 30 years, can we come back and do so whatever happened with the lowrider El Diablos and the tobacco fades and the fast Johnnies? Let's see where they are today.
Yeah.
Well, that's
a fair
point. Nobody had the foresight back then to think that anything low production would ever be collectible.
Yeah.
I mean, the FXRs are a perfect example.
The T-Sport's a better example.
T-Sport's a better example. Yeah. I mean, that's the best example.
That or a Bad Boy.
Yeah.
The Softail Bad Boys are. Yeah. I think those are making a little bit of a swing back. Yeah. I think My Machinist them just did one.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a couple of those the Slimline, the Bad Boy.
Some of the Springer front ends too.
A lot of the Springers. I think you'll probably, but anything that was low production, and or they bought it and they immediately changed the bike and all the original parts were just not desired.
I mean, look what happened to the FXR chopper since 2023. Not saying that there wasn't some before then, because there definitely was. That's how I got inspired. Mm-hmm. But dude, almost everybody's building one now, and that's cool. But I think it exposes you see something done. I actually want to do that. And it's that kind of what I was saying earlier about it gives people a challenge to create something unique and more unique than what's going on. Right. You know what I mean? And 5 years from now, if this trend keeps going, then they're going to be, it's going to be like fucking club style diners. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I remember the crash of the chopper era.
Yeah.
Like
08 area.
that 08.
Yeah.
When the market took a shit.
Yeah. That was a different chopper era for sure.
Different chopper era, but guys were building choppers of all variety. It wasn't just big tire billet.
Yeah, there was
choppers of like redneck engineering.
Yeah.
You think about all the little spin-off. What was that place in Henrietta, Oklahoma that would sell a bike in a box? Do you remember that place? They used to advertise in the back of every chopper of every motorcycle magazine. But you could go to their website, you could pick. They had Big Tire, Bobbers, they had Pro Street, and they would send it to you in a box for like $12,000.
But so I guess what I'm getting at, so in that era, when these guys were buying these builds and stuff, like there was this. It was like you're buying think about Legos, right? I buy a set of Legos not so much because I want to play with them when they're done, but because I love the process of building it, right? And then when you get we're in a world like in 20 years ago when this stuff was hyped, that's when you had everybody watching Jesse James and these people on TV watching them build a bike and going, I want to try that, right? And now we kind of have a similar thing with YouTube, but it's more like, hey, I'll show you how to put on my Clockworks windshield. And they're like, I'm going to try it, They get their IKEA toolkit out and they strip the bolts and stuff like that. Because they don't realize there's 3 different sizes for, Phillips heads.
By the way, why is always the 4th bolt of the fucking windshield so hard to put in?
Dude, I've never had more strip bolts in my life than windshield bolts.
Every time I take mine off to clean it, I'm like, is this the time? Is this the time?
You need to chase the threads on a fucking, on a swell nut washer.
I just keep extra ones.
I put the Apple AirTag inside my fairing on the Road Glide, and I'm like, every time the battery goes out, I'm like, God damn it!
Not a good idea.
Yeah, I need to find a better place to put this.
What I wonder how many people, got in on the performance side. That was their first time really wrenching on a bike in the garage.
How many builders are going to come out of this era?
Right.
That are going to be like big time
that
people
are going
in
to be
10 years.
Now it's time for me to get a frame table and a neck jig.
That was me 5 years ago.
But that's what I was saying earlier. Like when we saw the crash, because it seemed like, I don't know, late 90s to right up to 2008. At least I could say somebody was building something.
Yeah.
It was like we were going to a buddy's house, and if you rode with that person, most of them were either having a bike built, another one, or they were in the middle of building. And, so it wasn't uncommon to go to somebody's garage, and they had a bench, and they had a neck jig, and they were working on bikes.
Yeah.
And then right after 2008, I remember being on Craigslist, and it was like, table jig set, $1,500. Table jig set, $800. Come get it. Just take it out of my driveway. Now might be the time to invest in a. I think you're going to see a lot more of that. I think you're going to see people that are going to be
swings.
Yeah, it does.
Right?
It always does.
There's a value in like I said. There's a value when you get your performance bagger done and it's fucking to the nines. It solves a problem. But the itch of creativity and wanting to build something unique, like that comes with a different price tag where you're spending more money on the tools to make a much more mundane version of what you already have.
Right.
But there's something sentimentally more attached to.
Yeah.
It feels different. And that's, I think, the one thing about whether you're building an old hot rod or a car or just anything you're making automotive motorcycle wise, there's got to be that sentiment to you. Why? What am I doing this for? What's the point of this? Doesn't mean you got to fucking like, my mom's favorite color was purple, so I had to do like it's not a fucking Miami tattoo kind of story for all these fucking bikes, right?
Yeah.
But just I have an itch. I want to learn how to do this thing on this bike build.
Right.
And you try it, and maybe you fucking win, maybe you strike out, but figure out how to either change it, sell it, start over, whatever, add more skills to the table. I mean, that's kind of like the process, And you're going to spend a lot of money on something that's not worth a lot of money, but you're getting something out of it that is kind of priceless in a sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
An experience, right? Like how many places have we ridden together? How many things have we done that I wouldn't say is only because of the bike, but it's kind of look, we live in a motorcycle world. We're only connected because of motorcycles. Other than that, we would have never fucking crossed paths.
Probably
Never.
not. No.
You know what I'm saying?
Never.
So let's just be honest. Let's be honest. You know, we're here because of motorcycles. And if it wasn't for these type of bikes, the type of bars, the type of shit, the type of scene we're into at the right time, getting on the highway and traveling together, you know, back to that analogy, it's because of these bikes. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, right now I'm interested in choppers and things that it's not so much the chopper, it's just making it. I want to own more of this process to myself.
Yeah. Well, and for your sake, it matters more to be diversified in the niche side of all the different categories of motorcycles. So
It's a double-edged sword too, because I want to know how to build it, but I have a hard time of letting myself believe that I couldn't also ride a hardtail chopper across the country when I meet people that do it all the time.
Right.
So I want to be able to say I did that.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Like, to me, that's important for a lifelong career motorcyclist, you know,
Right.
in this industry. I'm like, I built a hardtail and rode it to California and stalled on a couple times in San Francisco because it was a jockey shift. You know, like, to me, that is a shitty time that I can't wait to have.
sure.
You know,
Normally it's in reverse though.
But that's
Corey
the
and I
opposite.
talked about this at, you know, like our introduction to motorcycles was
The nicer stuff first.
Well, I'm the nicer stuff
like
first.
choppers.
Oh,
yeah, he was the nicer stuff first.
Yeah, oh, fair.
So
yeah,
ours
fair.
was choppers, and then it was slowly into
Yeah.
nicer things. And the like 23 when we were in Sturgis, I remember Corey's like, "Can you believe we used to ride those fucking shitty motorcycles? Like how do we do it without storage and a windshield?" And then, you know, fast forward a couple years later, and here we are, and he's got the itch. But I think it's I always like always been a huge fan of Jeff Cochran, and I love his motorcycle.
Speed Kings, right?
Yeah,
Speed
his-
King or
Speed King.
Yeah.
His drop seat shovels. And then even what he does with the Evo Softails and twin cam Softails. I love his bikes.
I think Evo and Softails and twin cam Softails might be the next move, man.
Dude, I saw one. I watched Prism Supply.
Yeah, they did that one.
hardtail
Yeah.
They did.
And my 01 Deuce is coming back. Just wait.
Oh man.
To be able to walk up and say, "Yeah, it's a Deuce," like, that's a cool fucking thing to be able to say.
Dude, that's a cool chopper.
There's no new mod, like, yeah, it's a Road Glide ST. Like, to me, it's like, if you have to say extra letters after it, it's kind of like pretentious.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a hardtail Deuce.
Yeah.
Because to me, the Deuce had the best gas tank and dash on the Softail
Hey.
lineup. Outside of the the Slim line, I always loved the Deuce.
And it's actually a little extra raked out.
right.
Yeah.
So I because they're bountiful. You can find those all day long.
Dude, twin cam Softails, you can find them for $3,000.
Dude, I have
Straight
one
up.
right now that I'm doing some fenders for a customer, and he picked that bike up. It's a 09, and he picked that bike up for right at $5,000, 33,000 original miles.
You know what's wild is, so I listed my own 01 Deuce on Marketplace for a little while. I've since taken it off because I'm going to keep it now, but fully chromed out. I mean, 7-spoke chrome, mag wheels, only 28,000 miles on an 01, and 88 twin cam. Had it listed for $5,000, and like people are like, "Oh, 3." I'm like, "No, get out of here."
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah, all that chrome you could sell for $5,000.
I know exactly.
Dude, chrome is about to be one of the biggest commodities in the world
Yeah.
for motorcycling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With more and more shops getting like shut down and out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You finding chromers, like,
Yeah.
that's the biggest. People were asking all day, "Who do you get chrome?" It's like, first off, do you see anything I've ever done chrome?
Yeah.
I can't afford it.
Right.
It's like you got to smuggle the shit into Mexico to get it chrome now.
Yeah.
Dude, the term chrome gets you dome has never been more legit than right now.
It's definitely going to get you the most dudes for sure.
Dude, that shit is. There's we have 1 or 2 places around here.
Yeah, but they're not doing the full chrome process.
And don't most of them, or a couple of them, like, the send them to California still, or
Yep.
California's even outlawed. There's only a couple in America that can still do it, and I think a lot of it has to happen out of country now. It's just the chemicals involved in it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
I mean, if you've ever been to a Cromer, it looks like a scene from The Toxic Avenger.
yeah, it's definitely
RoboCop.
it's not a clean process,
No.
but you know, it's not coal mining or it's not a lithium. What is it? A cobalt mining? You know?
Or a lithium mine. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, I'm going to keep that deuce now forever, probably.
Well, I mean, dude, like, if you have a modern softail, a road glide, anything that's like pretty legit, secure, like you really don't like this solves a problem. You got a nice bike, you want to ride it, you want to go experience on it. What's wrong with taking the money you would have spent on, you know, a set of brake rotors and just buying another project that you whittled on in the garage over time and learned on, fucked up on, maybe you got it right, maybe you had to go find the local shop to go, hey man, I'm in this process, I'll pay you to fix it, but I'd love to be able to watch. Or there's a feeling of creating something on a bike that or putting something on a bike and then riding it and be like, yeah, I put this on. But also when it fucks up, it's like, okay, I learned, now I know not to do that or whatever. There's a process here that I think a lot of people skip, and it's the part that makes you really fall in love with these bikes because you have more investment mentally and physically than just financially. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Well, I think that's, you know, when we talk about the pendulum swinging, we saw the decadence of the performance segment, which for sure is not going anywhere. I mean, they're great.
The basics of it are not going
The basics are not suspension, big motors, big brakes. That part of it is not going anywhere because that's something that Harley's had just never had.
Yeah.
They've never had that. And I think that with the success that you've seen from the Bagger Racing League, that just kind of leans into that. And I think you'll see that with not just Harley, but Indian as well. I mean, they make a solid machine a better machine. They're fun to ride when they're set up like that. But choppers are fun too. The minimalist side is fun. It's a whole new experience. It's a different vibe.
How many times have you traveled on your road glide? Which Jake, for people who don't know, Jake's put on miles. I've ridden with this man in every time zone in America. Yeah. How many times have you gone out there and go, I packed this and never touched it once?
Oh boy, a lot.
And you think about how much it's fun. Don't get me wrong. It's fun to plan for what you're going to take on the trip. But to me, it got to where it's even more fun when you really have to like narrow down what you're taking. You have to be real like, I just can't fit that. I can't take that. Now I got to figure out how to do this thing I want to do, especially when you like taking camera shit with you. Yeah. Now instead of you taking 5 lenses, you're taking 2. And it's hard not to be like, well, if I just had this lens here, I could get this shot. But you're just trying to make do with everything.
I think it's a testament to, and I'm not saying in a positive way, my personality in the sense of like always wanting to make sure everyone has a good time. Yeah. So like I'm gonna find an extra spot to like have that beer bong. Yeah. You know, I'm saying that jokingly. Like, I don't pack a beer bong, but at the same time, it's like I'll think of like, oh, we need to take this because we're gonna have a fun time with this later, and we ended up never using it. You know what it is.
You know what's weird? When I would ride like my road glide somewhere, I never really wanted to turn the radio on it. But I like taking a small little JBL speaker and playing music whenever I'm somewhere, and it doesn't feel the same.
Right?
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
No, but I mean,
it's like because it's not coming out of my motorcycle, it's like acceptable music.
Yeah, but you can't hear it after 80 anyway.
Well, I mean, just like if we go to, like if we're, like, it's like one of those ones that has like a little strap on it. You're just hanging on some shit. Dude, if I'm chilling at a gas station, I'll pop it out and throw it on, and I just sit there, have me a Monster or something, and chill for a minute.
Oh, sure, I get that.
You know?
Yeah.
But like if I was playing my music on my bagger, it just feels like it puts a different condensation out, or I don't even, that's too big of a word to use right now. A different like thing out.
Yeah. It's pretentious, man.
Yeah.
Well, like prime example,
you might as well be the old head, the old black head on a Goldwing. Get your towel out, start whipping the bike.
Prime example, when we went to California, I mean, one of my saddlebags was nothing but cleaners and chain cleaner.
Yeah, which I'm glad you brought.
But to you, because you kept going. But like, I probably didn't need all that. I probably didn't need that.
The first time I ever took a trip to San Francisco, I was on a big wheel, and I remember having 3 pairs of shoes. I mean, I had a lot of space in my bags, right?
Yeah, those things are deep.
Yeah, I mean, you could layer. It's like a fucking 7-layer burrito in that motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
you had 2 full-size suitcases.
yeah, so like I brought a lot of shit I never needed, and I think that like at the time it was my first trip, so yeah, it's like, what if I need this? What if I need that? All these tools and stuff. And the rule of thumb with tools is bring what you don't expect to need.
Yeah.
So if you see a tool and you know what that'll fix, bring it, because then it won't fuck up. It's like it's a like reverse psychology on like your bike fucking up.
Yeah.
Set of Allens.
Yeah, so
Every time.
And 4 10-millimeter sockets.
Yeah.
4.
Because you're going to lose 3 of them.
But I feel like that creates a I don't know. It's just fun. It's riding a chopper, like riding the FXR chopper was fun to figure out how to fit everything I needed to go on the road for multiple weeks. Right.
Yeah.
You have to stop for laundry or whatever the case may be, but it eliminates a lot of like other things that you like. If you put something in your bag, and you're like, man, I feel like I need to use this to justify bringing it. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Yeah. So I don't know.
I always loved it was my introduction into V-twins. Oil cooled V-twins was choppers, but it just seemed like really hardcore. But coming from sport bikes where you had no storage.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was,
Yeah, but you didn't. I mean,
You certainly didn't ride those across the country, though.
no.
And I mean,
We
to be fair, like I have no desire to build one and ride across country. Like the way I feel like I want to do the chopper thing across the country, I have zero desire to figure out how to pull that off on a sport bike. So there is some other thing in there that's making me want to do it because of this culture that I appreciate or whatever. Because otherwise, the argument could be said, well, hey, it's hard to ride a sport bike cross country.
So, okay, here's a good point. You've never dabbled in the adventure bike scene. Mm-mm. Is that a desire?
20 more years.
They're like the new Pan Americas are interesting. I don't have the fuck around money to buy a $20,000 motorcycle to go try something I've never done before.
But think like that's a relatively cheap motorcycle. Like, I mean, inexpensive motorcycle. I mean, they're not, I don't want to say cheap because they're actually high quality, but they're inexpensive for what you get.
Yeah.
Compared to a road glide or.
Oh, 100%. I think that it's because road glides have gotten so much more expensive that the Pan America has become more of a viable, hey, look, I can go this direction.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the top of the line of what Harley has to offer for this world.
Yeah.
I never grew up on the dirt, so I don't really have much of experience there. And I haven't hit that point in motorcycling where I feel like that's like an arena that I need to like learn to play in. You know what I mean?
I think I might dabble in that in the near future.
Yeah. I mean, there's part of it like that seems pretty sick. Like, Danger Dan doing what he's done on it, like doing some of the fire roads in America. There's plenty of places you can go ride off road. Mm-hmm. I just haven't personally there's no bars off road. There's no like it's primitive, and there's a part of riding a motorcycle and then going camping somewhere that's primitive enough for me.
Right.
Where it's like, okay, I don't want to be fucking 20 miles deep into some back country where I might have to fight a mountain lion
or a bear
or a bear.
Yeah.
It's like Joe Kidd with his bear mace.
Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
Might have 2 of them.
Right.
But I think that anybody that's feeling that way about like wanting to go check out that, I think that's the exact same feeling that I have for, the choppers or whatever the case is. Like, put the experience before the motorcycle. What do you want to experience? How do you want to experience it? And then find the machine to help you do that.
Yeah. I'm thinking I can feel it. The need to be isolated from society for longer periods of time is creeping up. That Gran Torino part of my life is.
I'm actually pretty
on the
get off my
horizon.
lawn.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty intrigued by the comfort of the long distance and I realize like the whole discomfort makes a story, and I'm not opposed to that either, but I do think that a adventure bike, the sitting position, just everything, I feel like it could be a little bit better going across country with.
Oh yeah.
We rode last weekend with Austin. forget how he's related to Chuck. Anyway, he was on a brand new Pan America. He's got one. He's got a really sick FXR, but he was on his Pan America, and he was complaining about the stock seat and bar height. He's been over pretty bad. I can't imagine.
I'll be honest with you. I probably wouldn't go to the Pan America if I went.
Africa Twin.
Or BMW.
BMW.
Yeah.
I'd probably go BMW.
Yeah, BMWs are
The
sick.
BMWs are sick.
Yeah.
I probably would not go Harley's
Yeah,
side of
the
things.
BMWs hold their value really well too.
Yeah.
And they're everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, if you,
Or Ducati.
like the idea of going, like one of my life goals is to like ride to Argentina. I haven't even begun to try to figure out how to do that.
So there's Matt Darton just sent me something. I didn't watch it, but there's apparently someone that's going down through there. There's like a big section through Panama, like that has no roads.
Well, you can't really. It's called the Bering Strait, right?
No, the Bering
no, not Bering Strait.
That's up in Alaska.
Fuck, what is it? It's a name for this area that it's all.
Yeah.
It's all like it's all,
completely undeveloped.
but it's like full of
Rainforest and shit.
illegal shit.
Cartel.
Cartel.
Oh.
So even going through it, like it's not a good time like that way. So usually people ride to Panama and they put their bike on a ship and it takes them around this, what is that thing
That
called?
whole area. So
Yeah,
You basically just take a ferry and you how gangster are you when people are like, I'm just gonna get a boat.
You're
I'm
right.
gonna go way out of my way.
But they say this section is like incredibly dangerous, not even from the cartel standpoint, but because like you have nothing.
Darien Gap.
Darien Gap?
Darien Gap.
Darien Gap. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically it's just like right before you get into Colombia.
Yeah.
If you watch The Long Way Up from the Harley thing, when they did the electric bikes up.
Oh, yeah.
They had to put their bikes on a thing to go around it. And then in Mexico, it was a good show. The electric shit was kind of like a little bit annoying, but that's the only part. So sometimes a lot of people just ship their bike to Colombia and start there.
Oh, okay.
Because then Colombia down, apparently you're missing a lot of the more dangerous shit.
Yeah.
Obviously Mexico is, I haven't ridden it yet, but I know hundreds of people that have ridden to Panama at least. You know what I'm saying? Danger Dan did it and he talked about it quite a bit in his podcast. But I don't know. I want to do that, but I would like to do that with somebody. I don't want to do that alone. Not because I'm scared, but because that's kind of an experience that you want to be like, yo, dude, are you fucking seeing this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or when you stop, did you fucking dude? That was wild. I want to be able to share that experience with somebody.
I have a cousin that he's a little bit older than me, but there for a while, he would have a world map on his wall. Mm-hmm. He would throw a dart, blindfolded, and wherever it landed, he was going to go live there for a minimum of 3 months. Find whatever job, do whatever.
Hide your money,
and he flew down to Argentina and backpacked all the way back to America.
That's sick. Yeah.
And he now lives in Qatar, teaching English. He's just one of those wildlife, or I mean, I said wildlife, but just completely
free spirited,
and just doing whatever type of personality.
That's
but
badass.
I mean,
in a different
I could never
life,
do it.
I always think if I was exposed to those options as far as backpacking, if a movie like Into the Wild came out while I was in high school, I probably would have been. I say that I don't know, but I would have loved
as long as
to
you
have
didn't watch the ending.
Yeah, yeah. I never that part didn't really I didn't really jive on that. I didn't really care about the whole being alone in the wilderness, but just the other aspect of that part of it of being homeless. I don't know. It's not that. I just like the idea. I'm good. I need to stop anyway. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would have loved to just try to figure out how to backpack and go experience more places, force yourself to move somewhere.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of my life out of high school was chasing comfort instead of chasing uncomfort, which I think would have been a better thing. It's uncomfortable to go to college. It's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of okay, I'm going out of my comfort zone to go live somewhere or try this. There's a lot of pressure. There's something to that I think that probably, when taken seriously can add a lot of value to you as a person,
Yep.
Not to say that just going to your community college or learning a skill, starting a family isn't also hard, but in my generation, that was a very comforting that was the easy thing to do. You know, mentally, I'm gonna get that girl pregnant so she can't leave me.
I was like, wait a minute, you created one of the most uncomfortable situations for yourself.
That was the exact opposite of
But it's familiar. It's like depending on where you grew up, that's like that's how.
Oh, this is well, you know, yes. We've had this conversation. I've had this conversation several times, especially with a lot of young people now. You know, by 26 years, you know, teaching young people, it's completely based on demographics too. Because I'm sure if I went back to Dallas, a lot of my students would already be young parents.
Yeah.
When you move further north,
or Hispanic versus white.
Well, there's still a lot of Espanols up there.
No, what I mean by that is like people find what I've noticed is Hispanic people, if they don't have a family of 4 kids by 20, they're like they failed their family.
Yeah.
Is that
Ramon's over here just like
fuck my life.
I am an outcast. I'm in my 30s, no kids.
Well,
are you looked as a failure by your family because of that?
No, my mom's like, I'm so happy.
Look, it depends. It depends how westernized they are.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you see fewer and fewer kids that are having children at a young, which for you and I, and older, that was pretty normal. Like if you were 19, 18 or younger and had a kid. Okay.
It was funny because when I was growing up, if you had a kid at 18, it was like, oh, you're going to be such a great dad.
Yeah.
But if you had it at 16, it's like, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah. You made a mistake.
Yeah, but it's like, I could be graduating high school and I got a kid on the way. And it's like, oh.
Yeah.
It's like when biologically, like that's the perfect time.
Yeah.
Right. Biologically, that is the perfect time. Yeah. The eggs are good. The milk's good.
I think that's just a
Did you taste it?
That's about it. No.
That's where you're seeing less kids, really, because a lot of women these days, like, they're trying to focus on careers, being a breadwinner.
That's
they push that shit to the side, and then later on, they're like, "Oh fuck, I wanted a kid," and now it's too late.
Well, that's where you see a lot of these other demographics coming in and filling that gap too.
Yeah. Well.
It depends on like the culture, the demographic.
Don't get me started.
It's
Don't get me started.
It's a big thing now.
So,
it's like, oh no.
Feminist movement was a genius way to create 2 taxpayers in a household.
One thing I do want to ask you about is what's going to be new or different or the same about Born Free Texas.
Yeah.
I'm still working on ideas of what we're doing there. I still need to have a long conversation with Mike about what they're doing. Obviously, I'm building a chopper for the invited builder stuff. Other than that, like we'll do a pre-party again. We're gonna try to. I think we're bringing LFG and Shifter Crew out here for the pre-party.
Badass.
To do like slow races, a bike show.
Cool.
I still have to talk with Strokers about confirming that place. Born Free will have a booth again. We're going to do all that stuff. I don't have any.
Your booth last year was a vibe, man.
It was awesome.
So we're trying to expand on that vibe to have more of like-minded booths with us.
Yeah.
Take over that hill, bro.
Yeah, Fast Life Hill.
Do we want to do like a little
Karaoke thing?
Well, it could be that or just speakers in general.
Yeah, we definitely need to. It needs to have that vibe there. But it's we just want to create a spot where everybody, like Born Free Texas is a all day, all night affair. So we want to make it to where when the bowl closes, you have somewhere to go that you're going to be able to hang out and party. That's not just somebody's RV. You know what I'm saying?
More couches.
Yeah, we definitely will.
Yeah.
Maybe the other one's still there.
Did you leave that?
Yeah, I left it. I wish I didn't though. Now in hindsight,
Yeah,
because we bought a couch for Nitty Gritty, which worked, but it was nowhere near
that couch is awesome.
quality of the one that we had.
Yeah.
that I used to have in the shop here. So, obviously, I'll figure that out when we get there. But I'm excited about Born Free Texas this year.
I'm actually going to drive out this year.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. We're driving out.
I'm going to drive out and probably just bring a pit bike. I realize it's everything against like what the motorcycle event should be, but like
there's more than enough motorcycles. They don't need ours.
The only thing I think that
and mine's 5 years old. Like
I think I do think that we're gonna probably, because I have so many people coming to town, I think we're gonna try to schedule a ride from the shop on that Thursday morning to Born Free from here, the back way, which is pretty decent.
Yeah.
But like I said, all this stuff is kind of like just in the mind, kind of like permeating.
I guess what I'm getting at is I could get a small trailer and throw another couch on it too, and find some marketplace couch, type of a thing.
That's the way to do it, man. Just find something. That's what I mean. The couch that I used to have here was marketplace.
Yeah, and a lot of the people just want to give those shit away anyway. They just want it out of their place. You come pick it up; it's free.
Yep.
Yeah, this year should be pretty good, man. Like last year was absolutely amazing. I had such a good time. And it's only compounded in interest of like how much fun it's been since it started. And I the biggest things that gets asked, especially when I go out west, is like, hey, what's it like compared to California? It's like the two different events, man. And you've been
very different.
Yeah, you've been to Born Free Cali too, so it's like, which this year was perfect weather.
I mean, it's just the year before was super hot.
It was like 70s, like high 70s all the time.
Man. It's still a great event. I still had a great time in California, but the event as an event was probably better in California, but the whole weekend in Texas is better.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's very hard to, once you leave the space at Born Free California, it's hard to find that connectivity outside of that unless you know somebody and then you get invited to something because it's such a developed area, right? Mm-hmm. You don't have to. You can walk around and meet people. It's a better experience or opportunity.
Right. Mm-hmm. It's day and night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
And it's
perfect camping weather too.
Dude, I know. That's
last year was cold as shit at night though.
Yeah.
It was chilly.
I froze my ass off in the back of Hans's GMC.
But in general, that's our sweet spot for weather.
Yeah.
We've had a really mild summer this year.
Dude, it's been pretty gnarly.
How crazy is it that we're mid-July and we're just now starting to hit 100?
I know.
Have we even hit 100 yet?
Yeah, we had one or 2 days. No, we had one day, I think.
Very early. We had one day. And then I think we just hit yesterday or something.
Thursday
like
it's saying 99 and Friday is 99. But other than that, it's mid-90s.
I think we've actually hit 100 those the past day or two. I think we actually did hit that. But either way, we're right at the very precipice.
What I love is every day around 6 p.m., 7 p.m., it's like the perfect riding weather. That's why when I rode the trails, I was like, I kind of want to do this all night.
That's why I'm so pissed off. My bike's been down for so long because
gotta ride the Deuce, dog.
I just got it running, so I am now. It's also not registered, so.
Dude, fuck. I don't even know if I'm gonna have time to put this fucker in my name. I'm probably gonna just throw the license plate it came with on there. Registration went out in 08.
The only thing that I'm not worried about it not being registered, but the tolls here. That's the only thing I don't understand. If I guess I could just put the plate in my toll tag or whatever, but either way.
Yeah, I'm gonna put insurance on the bike. There's no way I'm gonna be able to get all the title transfer and all that stuff.
Yeah. Mine's insured, but
well, just give you a no insurance ticket,
right?
I mean, no insurance, a no registration ticket.
Yeah,
it's not stolen. I have the title sitting in my house.
Right.
Very true.
Very
true.
Mine, I don't know people that get pulled over. Speeding ticket? That's the biggest concern. Sturgis.
Yeah.
Pulled over for speeding. Which I'm like, how the fuck do you speed when you're going through there?
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
Well, and here's the thing: the Deuce is only not registered because of the DMV's own mess up. When I moved to Texas, I went in and I got it registered for the first year, but the clerk there, she typed in the serial number. All Harleys are 1 HD. Mm-hmm. She typed in 2 HD. Mm. So when I went to go re-register it the following year, it wouldn't go through because she typed it in wrong. So I had to go through all this huge process just to get all that changed. And then so it took probably 1.5 to 2 years to get that figured out. And by the time it came back, it was the battery was all dead and I just wasn't riding it anyway. Right. So I'm like, I'm not.
Is this the same Deuce that you're on the cover of the romance novel with?
Yeah. Yeah. That's the one.
So
it's legendary.
Yeah.
Spike needs a hardtail, dude.
Well, somebody's going to thrust their hard cock. Did you miss a story time at Born Free Texas?
He wasn't there.
Oh,
he wasn't there.
That was epic.
Yeah.
It's just that book, any page, just blindly, it's like the dart thing with your cousin. Right. Just open the book. There is some naughty thing going on every page.
It's too much, yeah.
And your dad wrote this.
Yeah.
So sick. He's the R. Kelly of the white generation.
Yeah, but I used to read through my great aunt Sally. She used to watch me and my brother when we were younger. But anyway, I would go through all of her romance books. Who was the guy that had the long hair?
Fabio.
Fabio. Yeah, Fabio was like on the cover of every one of these.
Yeah.
And I would just like, what's Sally reading? I'd open it up and it was like, oh my God. And these were all female writers. So, good on your dad.
Yeah.
He was just tapping into a solid market.
Well, I think that's why that book is so bad as it is, because it was a male writer.
He should have used a female.
Synonym, whatever they call that.
Yeah, he should have had a female name.
Yeah.
Just that was his ghostwriter name.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He becomes trans when it comes.
Hey. We don't have to go that far. You could just be his ghostwriter name.
Yeah. Well, I think that's it. I think it's awesome. I'm glad it exists. Fuck it, that dude. He went out there and he had an idea. He wrote a fucking book, dude.
Right. Right.
Who cares that it talks about hard throbbing cocks the whole time?
Like every chapter is a new chick. That's what it is. It's basically the story is riding across the country, finding yourself, and just banging a chick every.
What if
every
we
night.
made a movie off the book? Oh, it would just be a porn, right?
It would be a porn.
I know how this movie started.
What's that? What was that? Like Detroit Rock City, where they were like the hitchhikers, and y'all remember that movie a long time ago?
I do remember the movie.
He's like, this is how serial killer movies start. And he's like, it's also how porno started.
Right, exactly.
They were going to the Kiss concert.
Yeah.
They're trying to get to the Kiss concert. Yeah.
I remember I watched it like within the last year because it had Edward Furlong in there.
Really?
And just like watching
it's been
his
so long.
like evolution. Did you ever see that picture of him and Ron Jeremy? Edward Furlong was the dude from Terminator.
Terminator,
the kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a picture of him like he's all fucking bloated and everything with Ron Jeremy, and they fucking turned one out like Bender drinking, and someone just flashed a picture and they're just like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's a bad photo, but it's like, God damn, dude, like that kid was like a kind of a heartthrob in a way.
He
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Especially during
American History X.
I
I
mean,
forgot,
Detroit
yeah.
Rock City. Yeah. He was at the. Oh man, yeah, he looks real bad. Coke and blow, coke, blow, and alcohol. That's what it is. He's just all bloated up. Yeah, that picture of him and Ron Jeremy. It's always that meme, like, hey, send me that picture of us last night.
Yeah, it's that one. Yeah, 100%.
Thinking of that same concept. Have you seen Bam Margera lately?
Yeah, I follow him on pay. I've seen him
Yeah.
he's in a transition, going like working out, skating a lot.
Trying to get back into like the healthier lifestyle.
He looks good.
Yeah.
He's
I mean,
starting to get better.
Yeah.
But
he looks
there-
a lot. He looks better now than he has in a long time. So
if you
weird.
watch the epically latered YouTube video, that was
That
that's.
series.
I know series is the shit.
Yeah.
so crazy how much he looks like his dad now.
Well, yeah. If you watch I think
What
it
was the
Epically
uncle? What was the
Latered,
uncle's
right?
name?
Where they talked about how he was so scared of evolving into
Vito.
that.
Yeah.
That he was bulimic, didn't eat, all he did was drink, and that's when he was like spiraling and all that shit.
Yeah.
And then of course, like when he fucking just started drinking and stopped, whatever, he literally looks like his dad and his Uncle Vito and shit like
Yeah,
that.
Vito. Yeah.
Don Vito.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. He's a pedo though. So.
Was
Yeah.
he?
Yeah. I think after they finished like filming like the series,
I'm not
MTV,
surprised.
He got charged for like touching kids and shit. So that's why no one ever talks about Don Vito because he's a fucking pedo.
Not entirely surprised.
Dude.
Yeah, but that epically latered series, it goes over and talks or showcases a lot of what like famous skateboarders and stuff. I think it's just skateboarders that do that one.
Yeah.
Like where they're at now, what's
I'm
going on.
familiar with the series.
It's
I just-
good. The Bam Margera was
the only
good.
reason why I kind of got tied back into what he's doing is because he's going to be in the Tony Hawk
video game.
video game again.
Yeah.
And like, there's been a couple things come across the feed where he
He was here when they opened that new skate park in Dallas a couple.
I did
months
remember.
Back.
I did see that actually. He was,
Yeah.
Oh, Tony Hawk.
No,
Bam.
Bam.
I know Tony Hawk was here for the one in Allen.
That's it was in like South Dallas.
South Dallas. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because he was posted a couple pictures of South Dallas showing the skyline. I remember. Yeah.
I was like, man, maybe I'll reach out to him and see if we can party.
Yeah.
I don't think he does that anymore.
Sure.
Probably not to the
Yeah.
extent.
I don't think so.
But yeah, I mean, I follow him. He skates all the time, making posts. He's like married with some chick now or something.
It was rough when, because I followed him
When Ryan
I think
died, right?
for a long time, and it was rough watching him spiral out. And he's, him and Novak going back and forth, and Novak gets clean, and he's trying to help Bam out. It was rough, and then watching Bam in and out, and then he's like just spiraling out on alcohol and who knows what else. I think alcohol just leads to other bad decisions,
Of course.
But it was rough watching him try to get back into skating, and it was like because he was just so out of shape, and just fucked up from years of abusing drugs and alcohol. So it was really sad, but watching him get clean and stick with it, and watching his style come back, because you can tell when he'd just been off the board, just looks so sketchy. Now he's like looks really good. Looks like Bam.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know, he's older
Thicker.
guy. He's older guy, thicker, but
Think about that. So how high was skateboarding at one point, and now it's almost non-existent.
It's still existent, but
it's-
it's kind of like one of those channels where it's like everything. I feel like everything nowadays is like you have to tune into it, right?
Well-
As opposed to like we didn't have when we grew up. All we had was TV, MTV, and like the
Yeah.
channels. So it projected it. We only had a few places to go watch things. Now you can find whatever you're into, and like that you can overload your shit with.
Here's the reason why I say non-existent, though. Like, there was a time where you'd always go downtown, you'd always see skateboarders around, or you always see every curb waxed the hell.
Yeah.
You don't see that stuff anymore.
Well, we have more skate parks than we
Well,
did
that,
back in the
that
day.
may help out.
Yeah, we have more parks. There's more access, and it's definitely gone back underground. But I follow a lot of skateboarding content, and it's never been more technical than
some
than
of
it
the
is
shit
now.
they're
It
doing
is
nowadays?
insane.
Certainly not arguing that.
Yeah.
No, so like
Same goes with motocross.
yeah, but so there's it's just a subculture.
I didn't even know motocross was like I've never been into it at all. So
Yeah.
it's like until like there's a supercross coming to town, like I forget the sport even exists.
Nitro Circus, probably.
It's just a subculture, and if you're tapped into it, like motocross, I mean, there's a huge scene,
Yeah.
and it's across the board. All like it's never been better. It's
For sure, the rollerbladers finally died out, though. Right? Those fuckers.
I don't know. I just saw a video. I don't know where the guy's from, but he had that third leg that he attached.
Oh,
And
yeah.
He's rollerblading with the 3 legs.
Ramon still wears those shoes where he's got the
The Heelys?
The Heelys.
Heelys are sick, dude.
Dude, you know how efficient those are? I'd love to have a pair of
He
Heelys.
Especially in the airport.
He misses no elevators, dude.
What were the shoes? Like, were the soaps or whatever? You could like go grind down gear. Like,
Oh, yeah. They
pipes?
had the arches that were all slick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you imagine being the dude that's such a pussy that you can't skate, that you go buy shoes
Bro.
that slide down poles?
I only do rails, bro.
Rails.
No board. Hold on, let me get my shoes. I'm about to fuck you guys up.
Why is he running so much? It's like the beginning of parkour.
Oh, he's only got
What if
hand-
soaps was the beginning of parkour?
What if it gets added to parkour?
That I could fuck with that. Like
You know?
they grind the side of a building and then like cat scale it or I don't know what the fuck.
Or
they do.
cat scale 2?
I've seen a couple posts recently, too, about these scooters going down like I-83 at like 70 miles an hour. Like, what scooters are those?
Sick
I've
ones.
seen them on Dallas, Texas TV. There's like people all going on like 35. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like how? But any scooter I've ever been on never has gone that fast.
I don't know.
They got to be a personal scooter that they've like.
I've seen some. It was like it was overseas, and these things were doing 90 miles an hour. I don't know what the.
I mean, they're like a
range is.
razor scooter
Right.
doing that.
Well,
yeah.
they're a little bigger than that, but I mean,
correct.
But
correct.
still,
Yeah.
Yeah,
no way. I'm
that's
out.
insane.
I'm out.
Especially on the freeway. Dude.
But this is literally happening in Dallas. There's been a
Yeah,
couple
I've
posts
seen the
recently.
video. I don't know how fast they were going, but I mean,
I mean, it was at
assuming
least
if they're-
60.
At least 60 to be keeping up with the like freeway speed.
Bro,
Yeah.
could you imagine hitting one of the potholes with like some small ass
Oh,
wheels?
No.
At 60?
later.
No, I mean, you're flipping over.
You're fucking cooked, bro.
yeah.
If that Paul
Just some of
gets you,
the
car behind
the
you, bro.
concrete changes from the slabs of concrete are big enough to send.
Right.
Yeah,
like-
on like a little, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's essentially a rollerblade wheel. I mean, it's tiny.
Yeah. It's like an office chair wheel now. We've taken all the skateboard
Yeah.
and rollerblade wheels and put them in office chairs so they can move real nice. I got some on my one in there. These fuckers are nice, dude.
They're like gel wheels.
Yeah,
Got some
yeah.
on my home
They roll
office.
over cords real well.
Oh, it's great. It's great.
Well, guys, it was good. Thanks for coming out.
Hey.
Sturgis.
Thanks for having us. Yeah, Sturgis. I will say, hey, is anything going on at Thunderdome? What's
So Shift Your Crew is doing the show on Saturday night.
Okay.
Which
Okay.
is the second.
Okay.
yeah?
So it's like 4 p.m. until like 9 or whatever.
Yep.
And then Sunday they're doing another one there, but Sunday is also the night that we're doing the party at Wynn's house.
Okay.
Sunday. Yep.
It's Sunday, and it's also Sunday is the FXR show.
Yeah.
Well, Sunday will be just Sunday then, so it'll be
So you're going to be at
FXR show
the chip
and then,
for like all day that day.
Yeah, so I'll be at the chip for the FXR show.
And the
Then I'll
artist
be
thing.
into the art show, and then after the art show, then I head to Winton's house.
All right.
So
which will be a jam.
always a jam.
Wait till the
it's a
karaoke
jam.
kicks on.
Yeah. No, the
I'm staying this year.
not just karaoke. It's the dance off of the
Big Will Bagger.
Big Will Bagger dance off. Yeah, that's what it is.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. All right,
good
guys.
time, man.
Cool.
Sturgis.
Appreciate it, guys.
All right.
Thanks,
See ya.
bud.